Yo, what's up? My name is Petrowski, and welcome back to the 17th installment of the PokeMMO Iron Man series. Firstly, I am so honored that you're joining me for yet another episode, another 3-hour adventure, a movie, a journey in the Iron Man progress. Can you believe that just a little over 3 months ago, this account had nothing? This account was empty, no hours played, no Pokeyen, no resources, nothing at all. And now we are getting ready to prepare for the biggest event season ever in PokeMMO, getting tons of new raids, getting new legendary Pokemon, possibly. We don't really ever know, but I'm super excited. This is the most excited I've been for an event season in PokeMMO in many years. But we need to control our excitement because we have to prepare first. If we don't prepare, we won't be able to pay off that excitement, use that energy to actually achieve success during the event itself. You see, like many other MMOs, PokeMMO is the same. Success is a combination of effort, time, and energy alongside preparation. Preparation is key to succeeding in MMOs. It is a marathon, not a sprint. Which is why in this episode, I will be creating even more raid Pokemon, PvM Pokemon. You want to make sure that you aren't wasting any time during the events themselves. Any time wasted having to go and get and create PvM good Pokemon during an event is going to be time not spent grinding the event. And usually there are so many things to do during an event that even if you play 10 hours a day, you literally won't be able to do all of it. And I want to do as much as possible on the Iron Man account because once that content is gone, for me, it's especially gone. On a main account, a lot of that stuff is still gone, but on an Iron Man account, once those goodie bags, once those pumpkin goodie bags rotate, I can never get any of those vanities ever again. I can only get what I can get during the time period with here. Versus on a main account, you could always farm the Pokeyen and buy those things later on if you ever so wanted to, even if they go up in value. I am on the tightest time crunch I've ever given myself in PokeMMO, and I've been playing this game for 12 years, so that is quite a statement. I'm used to grinding. That's something I've always done. I've always been good at that. But can I grind enough in a short amount of period after all the preparation is done to actually get all the rewards that I want/need? That's the question I'll have to answer once October 31st rolls around. But I yap a fucking lot, don't I? Let's cut that shit out and get to work. So last episode, I went through and I checked every single raid Pokemon that I might need during the upcoming event season that I don't already have, and I came up with a new list, and I have that list somewhere else, but I'm going to go ahead and combine that list with my current PokeMMO Iron Man goals list like so. We need a raid Archeops with Tailwind, a raid Technician Breloom, a raid Durant, and a raid Samurott, as well as raid Murkrow and Ampharos, but those are a bit more out of our control since those have to wait for a specific, just random alpha spawn for the Murkrow, and for the Ampharos, that's only available during the events themselves. So I have to wait for the raid Ampharos to be able to catch that, to be able to make a PvM raid Ampharos with the plus hidden ability. Now, I'm sure you've seen this list a million times, so I don't want to bore you with the details, but I do want to let you know on the main goals I'll be working on in this episode. Number 1, 500 caught OT Pokemon. And I'll even be trying to exceed that. I'm starting this episode with 1 million Pokeyen, 27,000 BP, 714 hours played, and 492 caught OT in our Pokedex. I am trying to push for the complete Pokedex before October 31st rolls around, ideally before October rolls around. Now, that should be very doable in that time frame, of course, but it just takes a lot of time and energy. We're going to be pushing for that because that'll unlock Mount Silver, one of the best endgame unlocks, best endgame locations in all of PokeMMO on an Iron Man account. Having access to Mount Silver, this little green dot right here, would give us the best XP trading spot in the entire game, some of the best EV trading spots in the entire game, the best shiny hunting spot for a rare shiny in Larvitar in the entire game, the red Refight, which is great for BP and Pokeyen, and would unlock us another permanent incubator. And on top of that, we would get an alpha static Tyranitar spawn, which is the only way to get alpha Tyranitar. Mount Silver is the peak of endgame unlocks, and it gives you so much, especially on an Iron Man account. All those things are that much more important. I have so much XP trading to do on this account. It's probably one of the things I spend the most of my time on. So having a faster way to do it over at Mount Silver is beyond crucial. All right, so Pokedex entries, number 1, that's our main priority. Number 2 is more raid Pokemon. We're continuing a lot of the same from the past episode. We took episodes 14 and 15 to do our little PvP arc, and now we're back into our raid preparation, our event season prep, as well as our Pokedex completion. So we're doing more good raid PvM Pokemon as well as Pokedex completion. Now I want to show you guys one thing, because this is kind of making my brain explode. I can't believe how many good PvM and PvP Pokemon I now have in my boxes on the Iron Man account. This is my comps box on the Iron Man account. There are so many Pokemon in this box. Now, my math is not great, but I counted 17 empty spaces. So 60 minus 17 equals 43. I have 43 PvM and or PvP Pokemon on an Ironman account. That's kind of crazy. I've totally like glossed over how long it takes and like how this slowly becomes a box full of good Pokemon. I feel like as a new player, one of the most overwhelming things is how will I ever get all of these good IV Pokemon? It must take so long, and it really does, but man, sometimes when you're working on all of that progress, you don't take a second to go ahead and smell the roses and realize how many you've already created. I can't believe how many good Pokemon I now have on this account within the past 3 months. I get questions all the time saying, is it too late to start playing PokeMMO Petrowski? Please be honest. And I honestly have to tell you guys, it is never too late. Because the way that the things constantly change, because of how fast EV training is nowadays, XP training takes some time, don't get me wrong. PokeMMO is definitely a game that rewards your time. It rewards your time and effort you put in. But it is absolutely never too late. As long as you plan to play consistently, passively, and treat the game like a marathon, not a sprint, you will succeed in PokeMMO. I have seen so many quote-unquote new players that have only been playing for 1 to 2 years gain up to 1 billion Pokeyen in net worth on main accounts. I've seen people far surpass me on Ironman accounts. There are some amazing gamers that we are lucky to see pick up PokeMMO and just do phenomenal things. People pushing this game to its limit is what it's all about. So let's go ahead and try to help push this game to its limit a little bit as well. Make some raid Pokemon and work on our Pokedex. Let's get to work. Enough yapping. But Petrowski, you already said enough yapping once. Are you actually going to get to work this time? Yes. Boom. Rare Pokedex encounter right there. Boom. Another rare Pokedex entry. And then boom. One of the rarest Pokedex entries on the entire account. Getting a good Conkeldurr here would be absolutely massive since I actually can't trade Evo them. The only way I can get Conkeldurr on the account is either winning a PvP reward one from a tournament or an event, or matchmaking rewards, or just catching a good one in the wild. Catching a good one in the wild on a lure with a 5% spawn rate makes it extremely hard to find this Pokemon at all, let alone catch a good one. Boom, here is the first Conkeldurr catch ever on the account. I'm hoping for something good. Come on, show it to me. If not, I will end up... Ooh. No way. No way. That's so good. Okay, I'm scared to check the IVs because the nature is so good. Please be usable. Please 20 plus attack and like some bulk. Maybe speed would be nice. That's not terrible. Oh my goodness. I might actually EV train this. Oh my goodness. The HP and defense being low is unfortunate. You do really want this thing to be bulky, and unfortunately its defense is much higher than its Sp.atk. So like you actually really want 20 plus HP and defense. Oh, this sucks. This is the only Pokemon that I could catch with these kind of stats in the wild and be bummed about because I can't breed this. I literally cannot breed up a good one. I have to catch one usable in the wild. But the fact this is 23 attack, 28 speed. The speed's already low though on this thing. You don't really want speed. You want it to be just bulky. So, oh, this is actually so close to being usable. One of the hardest Pokemon to get good on an Ironman account, dude. And on top of it, you want Mach Punch on this thing, which is an egg move. And the only way to get Mach Punch on this thing as an egg move on an Ironman account is by winning one from a PvP tournament or matchmaking rewards. That is it. That's why if Conkeldurr ever becomes an OU matchmaking reward, it is the most important thing that I drop everything that I'm doing in game and go for that Conkeldurr gift Pokemon. You might be asking, is Conkeldurr even that good, Petrowski? Yes, it's insane. Conkeldurr is one of the strongest, if not the strongest fighting type Pokemon in all of PokeMMO, being the top most used fighting type Pokemon in OU PvP with a 22% usage rate and a 52% win rate. The highest win rate Pokemon in the top 5 most used Pokemon in PokeMMO OU PvP. Even further than that, it's actually the highest win rate within the top whole like first page. It might be the highest win rate Pokemon until you get down to Breloom, like 15 Pokemon down. And then on top of all of that, Conkeldurr is used sometimes in PvM, not often because generally you want to go something faster, but there are certain raids or certain instances where you want to Trick Room and use Conkeldurr. He's quite literally the best in slot fighting type Pokemon for many instances in PokeMMO. Now, those few catches only brought us up to 496 caught OTs, so it was only around 4 or so caught OTs added. I did catch a Girders, which was like a common, but those 3 to 4 caught OTs took me about 26 minutes. And honestly, that was getting lucky on the Conkeldurr. That could have taken a lot longer. And I've got 2 more quick Pokedex entries to get via breeding. First things first, we're going to breed this Girder with a Shitto down into a Timber. Yes, please. And then second things second, we're going to put this Drifblim up with a Ditto as well and get ourselves a Drifloon. Just nothing breeds with no stats. Going to look like this. Just going to get us those OT Pokemon. And I probably could have gone and caught them in the wild, but you know what? Sometimes you want to be a little lazy and just wait for those eggs to hatch and have that funny shiny chance. Now, we're going to head over to Hoenn really quick and do a little bit of casual, lethargic XP training. Which our setup is going to look like this. We're going to have the XP reamplifier on, of course. We're going to grab a few different Pokemon like so. Just go XP train them and evolve them and get free OT Pokedex entries. Now, most of these guys need to be bred up and then, or evolves, leveled up, and then bred back down, like the Duat into Oshawott, the Pignite back down into Tepid, and then also the Vanilla. So all 3 of these need to actually be leveled up and then bred back down. And I'm actually running a little bit low on Shittos, aka Shit Dittos. So we might need to do a little bit of Ditto catching in this episode. But I might save that for a little bit in the future because I need to do some legendary hunting next month as well for Raikou in Johto. So I can Ditto hunt, Raikou hunt, and work on the Pokedex all at once. And that's going to feel sick. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and start getting, some XP over at Tentacruel. You guys have seen this spot plenty of times. I'll see you guys with a few evolutions or updates. Here's one of the starters. There's the Samurott evolution. Sorry to the Samurott fans out there. Definitely my least favorite Unova, like, stage 3 starter Pokemon. It looks too complicated. It's just not too much going on for a guy like me. I do like Oshawott, though. All right, and this horde should be both Emboar and Reuniclus. This might actually be the legendary triple whammy, because I think it's also going to get me 500 caught OT in my Pokedex, which is a massive goal I've been working for months now, dude. Here's the Emboar evolution. And boom, I believe that should be number 500. Yes, there it is. 500 caught OT in the Pokedex off of Emboar. A pretty cool Pokemon to do it for. Nothing crazy special, but pretty neat. And then here is Reuniclus as well. A past all-star in raid that has since been totally like meta changed. And I don't want to say power crept out of. Turbo setup has just been rebalanced and taken away from raids essentially. But if you don't know, back in the day, or back like 2 years ago or so, when raids were added to PokeMMO, for a while stored power Reuniclus with like Calm Mind, Iron Defense, Metagross with Iron Defense, Hone Claws, anything that could set up and get super tanky was the meta for a little bit in raids, for the first few raids. But nowadays it's totally flipped, and now it's hyper offense after some balancing changes. They made it so that every few turns all your stats get wiped in raids, so you can't really do the turbo setup strat anymore, and it takes longer. I'm gonna go ahead and just release this Reuniclus for now. If I need a good one in the future, I'll just have to catch one. These are getting kept because they are some rare spawns, but I'm kind of gathering too many rare spawns. I do need to actually clean these up and release some, which is gonna hurt. Like, I know you don't want to release rare spawns. That feels pretty bad, but we'll see. We need the box space, but let's go grab some more. We're just grabbing whatever Pokemon from our boxes like this. I guess this, sure. Get some casual, some long-term XP training to go. Let me heal up really quick. Remember, we started at 492 today. We're already at 501 caught OT, so that's really good progress. And here's the Zoroark evolution, a strange Pokemon on the Iron, a strange Pokemon in general, honestly. Talk about a rare, though. This would be a cool one to have in the PC, to have like 1 roll per Iron Man batch of eggs. A funny evolution to need, but there's our Palpitoad. And that's the type of Pokemon that could just get released. It doesn't really have any stats, not really a species that I need right now. Yeah, get rid of that. Clearing up space where I can. And dude, look how many fucking Pokemon I was able to XP train, evolve, and like move on with. Also, I believe this Cryogonal can just go ahead and get released. If you don't know, my Cryogonal does have a little mod skin for a Jumpion, which is a very old joke in PokeMMO. If you look up Jumpion explained PokeMMO, I have a video on it. But there we go. That's that. I think I'm just good to go ahead and I do need to breed some of these down. Like this needs to get bred down. This needs to get bred down, both for Pokedex entries. I'll just go ahead and do that now. Maybe I do. I'll put this down with a Ditto so I don't forget. And I have these 4 Pokemon left that need XP training still. Well, let's just go ahead and do these breeds. Here's the Tepid breed. Don't have that OT. And we're also going to go ahead and do the Oshawott as well. I need a good one of these. Actually, you know what? Should I take a second? Oh, this one actually has good stats too. I am not going to breed this yet. I'm going to save the Samurott. I'm actually going to move the Samurott. I'm going to nickname the Samurott so I don't forget. That's something I will forget for sure. I'm going to move the Samurott over, and then simultaneously over to our breeder's box, which is a little risky because I might forget about it, but we're going to name Make Good. We're going to do something like that, okay? This can be a relevant Pokemon. It's even like modest. It has like Sp.atk and speed. It's like kind of, yeah, but once the bulk, and I think you go physical generally. You go like physical and you go like Sacred Sword. Yeah, it's an egg move. I'll have to get the egg move on it as well, actually, I think. Oof. Let me make sure I actually write that down. Make good plus or egg move. Egg move sacred sword. Egg move sacred. We're gonna name it that. There we go. We're gonna name it that. Or should we just add get? You know what? This is such a long clip. Sorry. More commentated than it needs to be. Needs egg move. That's gonna help me jog my memory. There we go. Needs egg move. Noted. All right, I'm gonna finish this XP training a little bit later. I think I'll probably see you guys for like a few more clips for XP training. I'm gonna take a little bit of a break for the rest of my Sunday, and then I'll probably see you guys Monday morning for the stream as well. One way or another, Iron Man progress will continue. All right, good morning. It is the morning on Monday before the stream, so we're jumping into things officially here in a quick sec, but I wanted to just say hi to you guys before. Haven't done my XP training, so I'll be doing that on stream, and then switching over to a gym rerun and probably some Pokedex entries, and probably doing like rare Pokedex entries on stream. I don't like recording a bunch of mini clips on stream. I like it to be like a grinding session. Stream is perfect for doing some grinding. Maybe we'll do EV training, XP training, things like that. I'm honestly not really sure, but we're going to do the XP training and gym rerun for sure. We have a few of our breeds that are done. Our Timber, Drifloon, and Tepid, which were all just for Pokedex encounters once again. The Timber and Drifloon, I believe, will both get released. I'm going to go do that now so I don't forget. And then Tepid will get kept because he's a rare spawn. So for now, he'll get kept. But more importantly, you might have noticed, look at the grass change, the visual change outside. This season has changed in PokeMMO, which also means the legendaries have rotated. It should be Raikou right now over in the wild. I'm going to go double check. Yeah, it should be Raikou. Yep. Johto region outdoors, and then I think the Kanto bird is Articuno, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, there is Articuno and Raikou right now out in the wilderness as I'm recording. I don't have either of those Pokemon. I would like to get a Raikou. I don't really need Articuno, but at this point, it would be a cool way to get the last legendary bird that I need in Kanto. That would be all three of them, and it would be cool to have all three of them, because then once you get one of each, you don't really need another one ever again, and also you would get more elemental orbs to raise the IVs on my other Moltres and Zapdos, and I do actually have like 31 elemental orbs. I need to actually buff up my Moltres. I need to do that at some point soonish. I keep forgetting. I think we are finally ready to jump into a day's worth of Iron Man grinding, fellas. We're making insane Pokedex progress. I'm very proud of this. We're up to 504 caught OT, dude. I've been putting in work. We have a few other Pokemon to level here for Pokedex entries over in my party. We've had a fair bit of hours played. I think right now the plan is to just go ahead, XP train these Pokemon casually. I'm also going to hit 25,000 encounters very soon. I'm just going to XP train these Pokemon, get them logged as Pokedex entries, and then move on to our gym rerun. And then after that, we're going to do we have a few options. We could do more Pokedex progress, number one. Number two, we could go catch Dittos and legendary hunt. I would like to get a Raikou before the end of the month. The legendaries just rotated over. This season just changed in PokeMMO. There's Articuno in the wild. There is Raikou in the wild. I would like to get both, honestly, but the Articuno is very like not needed, but for, like, to complete the legendary trio in Kanto would be kind of cool. We have those two options, and then the third option, so Ditto farming, legendary hunting, and then more Pokedex entries. The third option would be working towards more PvM raid Pokemon. I still need like a really good Archon, Archeops, and that's going to be a tough one because I have to go fossil farm in Unova specifically just to even get the first Archon to start breeding that Pokemon up. People ask about whether or not I'll hunt Articuno this month, and I think it's like a low priority, but I might try to get to it like towards the end of the month, but it's pretty low prior right now is what I would say. It's interesting. We're not quite there yet. We still have a lot of raid Pokemon to prepare. We still have a lot of things to do, don't get me wrong, but I think I am starting to switch my mentality a little bit on the Iron Man account. We're getting into a collective mode. We're like, we've done all the basic prep, or not all of it, but a lot of it. We've done like, catching Breloom, catching Smeargle. We have our utility Pikachu. We have our Dragonite. We have a PvP team. We're working on multiple PvP teams now. We have most raid Pokemon. It's like, we're almost at a point where we can start like doing things for fun, leisurely, right? We can start shiny hunting for fun. We could start going for Articuno just for the collection piece. Like, I think that's where MMOs really shine, is once you start doing those luxurious activities. Those like, you don't have leisurely activities, but you have to be able to set your own goals for sure and like work towards those. We are now over 25,000 encounters on the official encounter counter, which is cool to see. We're technically like 34,000 total dries as our last shiny, but I've been really lucky so far on the account. Don't be surprised if you see this number get to like 50, 60, even higher, you know, in terms of encounters. So we'll see. I'm honestly would love to go for like driest Iron Man would be a cool title to hold. Right, we do have an evolution to actually manually trigger really quick. I need to Thunderstone. I always forget. Electric evolves via a Thunderstone, I believe. Yeah, into Electros. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that evolution and then just, I think, release it. We don't need to keep this. I almost want to keep it actually, because if we ever need an Electros, Dynamo is kind of a tough spawn to get in the wild. Maybe it's easier than it should. Yeah, it's supposed to be a very rare single encounter spawn. I'm gonna keep it in my PC for now. We might release it in the future if we need space, but this will allow us to focus the XP on our other Pokemon. Excuse me. This will allow more Pokemon to have the focused XP, which is nice. Anything else I need to be XP training right now? Let me go see. No, just these. So once we finish XP training these 3 for evolutions, we're gonna hit up our Jimmy Run very, very soon. All right, we're done my Galvantula and my Vanillix now. These could probably get released. I do want a good Vanillix in the future, but that one had like no real stats. I don't think it's worth keeping. I just fucked up. Oh, I think I needed the Vanillite for Vanillite. Yeah, I did. That's okay. We can catch it's okay. It's very common. We can catch a Vanillite pretty easily in the wild. That's fine. All right, there's the Kling evolution. That is the final evolution I needed to finish like all the leveling for Pokedex entries. That puts us up to 510. We are officially under 100 Pokedex entries needed to complete it, boys. That feels pretty sick. I like, part of me wants to like really keep pushing for the Pokedex because I feel so close. Like it feels so close I can taste it, you know? Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and head over to Unova. We're gonna go start our gym rerun. We're gonna get prepped for that, and I'll see you guys with that. All right, it is gym run time on the Ironman account. I'm gonna go ahead and update this number because I always forget. So this is gym run number 36 on the account, if I've kept track correctly. We are leveling our Medicham today. One of the Pokemon I spent the most amount of time like getting a good Medicham into. Bullet Punch was an egg move that I put a lot of effort into making sure I had on this thing. It cost me a bit to do so. Adamant Nature, EV Trained, 31 attack. It's a beautiful Medicham that I can use in both PvM and PvP. I'm gonna pop my Amulet Coin. We are starting at a little over 1 mil Pokeyen, and Medicham's level 38. I'll see you guys at the end of this run. All right, that is the gym rerun done. Feeling pretty good today, man. About 1.3 million Pokeyen. Medicham from level 38 up to 65. Like, that is such good passive XP training. Like, that feels really good. Level 38 to level 65 passively while doing the gym rerun just feels amazing. That feels so sick. The question becomes now, what do we want to do? We have a lot of different options. We could legendary farm. It's night. Ooh, it being nighttime in game really tempts me to go to Johto and legendary hunt, and that way I can go for Raikou as well as Ditto catch, which gets me breeders and gets me, you know, shiny chance, shiny hunting, etc., etc. I like the idea of that. Plus it'd be chill and comfy, and we're like making like passive resource gathering progress. Let's go do that. Let's go set up for that. Okay, if I want to do any Ditto catching, the problem is I need to make sure my boxes are clean before I go do so. And that's the problem that I'm running into. And I have to go ahead and delete some rares. It's going to hurt. It never feels good to release rares. They're hard to get back, but I just can't use them. So I'm going to go ahead and release those. I just poof them away. I got to rip the Band-Aid off. Otherwise, I just won't do it for so long, right? But we got this box with a few things over here that need, you know, some work. But we're going to just leave them there. I'll know what they are if I leave them there. One Shitto here for the box of rares, right? For breeding, we'll keep that. Box 1. I probably could delete some stuff over here. Like, what is this random Magnemite? This has no value, right? It's just a random Magnemite. Sorry to diss you like that, Magnemite, but this one's like pretty good. Well, like these 2 Magnemites can just go. The Chimecho I need for Pokedex. I want to breed it down if possible. These Magnemites have some stats. Does this Happiny have anything? I could probably get rid of this. Plus, this would be a pain in the butt to evolve to be able to breed down anyway. I haven't really checked my boxes in quite a while. I've been letting them get a little messy. I've been trying to breed where I can. These 3 Metagrosses, I think I'm keeping... Should I just release them, actually? I don't know if these do anything. Maybe this one that's brave, that's like has like 3 stats. I don't... This feels really sad to release 2 level 64 Metagross, but I think I got to do it. On the beat drop. Poof. Okay. That's that. Ugh, it hurts, man. I really don't want to do it. We're going to move this Ditto over to breeders. And then what is this? Is this a Shitto just sitting here? This random Shitto? Okay, this will go over. My boxes are not clean right now. Move this up, move this up. Okay. And we're good for now. Okay. So, and these need to be capped. A lot of these Porygons have good stats. I do want to breed up a good one at some point. So we should have about a room for like 80, 90 Dittos. It's not that much, man. That's pretty crazy. But I want to start doing like 1x31s breeding. And I really need the Dittos to do like the multiple 31s. So like I have to kind of farm Dittos to clear out my box space, if that makes sense. But I might have to just start... I'm going to have to start releasing 31s at some point. I'm going to start releasing good IV Mons, and I'm not looking forward to that. Or even things like this Poochyena. I need to do a massive... We'll do a massive fall box cleaning day at some point. Like, this Pooch I can't keep, dude. I don't know why I have this. I think it was, like, good enough to, like, maybe keep, but now it's, like, not there anymore. You know, it's not worth keeping now. So, as the account evolves, we can look back and release a lot more than what we've kept this whole time. Like Miltank, I probably only need like one good IV Miltank on my entire account because Miltank can only make other Miltanks. So like, this is a really good Miltank though. Like maybe I keep this one Miltank and release the 31. This also has good stats. Like what do you do in this situation? You know, it's really, really tough actually. That's probably why I kept them both because I don't know which one I want to keep. We're gonna do this, but okay, that's it for now. We're gonna get set up for Dittos and actually go start catching and hope for cross our fingers for a Raikou. Okay, we are over at this spot as per usual. I'm gonna go ahead and start running back and forth. If you don't know, it's nighttime, so we can actually catch the Dittos with our dust balls, and that will help us then use repeat balls afterwards, which is fantastic once it's daytime in game, which is fantastic. You just use a safety goggles, false swipes for Smeargle. It's a very, very simple build, thankfully, and it's pretty simple. We just sit here, run back and forth, catch Dittos with dust balls, switch to repeat balls once we've caught 15, and then just do it again over and over and over again. And if we get a Raikou, that would be amazing passively, because you don't get that many encounters per hour while doing this, obviously. It'd be sick to get a Raikou passively. Well, this is an interesting Ditto catch. 20 plus in 5 stats and jolly nature. So if I get like, if I can brace like 31 attack on this and then, you know, pass over every other stat, this could be a really good, I'm gonna write this as noted. This could be a very good Ditto breeder in the future. I haven't caught anything crazy. I haven't even caught that many 1x31s. I've caught very few Dittos, haven't got nothing crazy yet, and the catches have been kind of meh. I've been pretty inefficient in my catching, but even so, it's been a slow day for Dittos for sure. There's a nice Ditto. It's missing HP, but sassy. It's got 4 stats, 29 plus. That is so high. And the fact that the nature is plus stat in the 31 is really nice. This is actually a really good Ditto. We'll definitely brace the HP on someone and make that a really sick breed. All right, we are now post-stream on Monday, and as soon as I ended stream, like literally minutes after, there was an alpha spawn. So there's now an alpha spawn over in, I believe, Unova. It's a Musharna. Musharna alpha spawn. Pretty cool Pokemon. Actually does have, so I would like to keep this thing as an alpha if possible. Like not as a breeder, because it has the ability telepathy, which does something very specific. Let's see if I have it in my Pokedex. I believe it's a doubles ability that makes it so you like don't take damage. Dodges all allied attacks. There has been times where this becomes meta in certain niche PvM activities. Not really raids, because in raids you already dodge the allied attack. So I'm just thinking about like, do I want to keep it as a Musharna? Or do I want to use it as a breeder? Maybe a bit of both. I'm not really committing to either side right now, but it's something that I might want to consider keeping it as a Musharna. Also, a free Twisted Spoon under this little area towards the Dream Yard. I remember I actually came to this area before for like a Weavile swarm or something. Actually, I can also talk to this guy and bop. There's a few things I need to do over here. Look and bop this guy out of here. You're supposed to like go find these dumb little 7 gnomes. It's like 7 of them, like 7 gnomes all across the world in Unova after the storyline. But I don't even know if you get, well, I guess you get TMs or reward. That's honestly a really good TM to get, to be fair. Free Swords Dance, hell yeah. I don't really know what the reward you get from this is. I don't know if it's that relevant to go do it. Maybe it is. You know, this detective guy wants to go find all the villain gnomes who ran off. Anyways, we're going to speed through all this. Yada, there's still 3. Yeah, 7 sages. I call them gnomes because they're more like gnomes to me. Anyways, we're going to head left. And, okay, here is the Musharna. But before this, I want to go push this rock. I think it's like over here. It's over towards this direction. I actually push on the way out. There's a rock over here that I've wanted to push forever that I keep forgetting. I came all this way one time and I forgot one of my Pokemon didn't have strength. So I just couldn't strength the rock and I was so sad. So this time I should be able to finally push that boulder over, which will permanently make traveling to this location a bit easier. It's really cool. Like, we're 719 hours in and I still don't have like shortcuts unlocked on the account. Kind of crazy. but there's just a lot to do in PokeMMO. Man, this is one of those things where whenever people say like, oh, PokeMMO has no endgame content, I'm over here like, what are you talking? Don't get me wrong. We can always have more. That's kind of where I'm at. I would love to always have more, and having more makes it easier for people to explore stuff. Don't get me wrong, but part of me is also like, what are you talking about, bro? We have there's so much to do that like I haven't explored parts of the game yet with 720 hours in. All right, don't mind me, just a casual turn 32 alpha catch. Holy, this thing ran through so many timer balls. It just didn't want to be caught, and I see why, because it was an amazing Pokemon all along. 3 times 31, 20 plus in the other stats. The attack is kind of redundant, but that's okay. We'll just need to roll. We can even roll up that Sp.atk. We're missing nature, of course, but that would just be ridiculous if we had it. So, I mean, yeah, a beautiful 3 times 31 breeder. Hell yeah, that's why it was so hard to catch, of course. Definitely not copium. It at least makes a tough catch feel a lot better. When it's good IVs, you're like, oh, okay, sure. Versus when it's like a 30-turn catch and it's just 2 times 31 with like 15 across the board. You're like, come on. All right, it is late Monday night. Got myself a quick alpha Sandslash spawn, a field age group breeder. Field age group being literally like the most common age group in all of Pokemon. Always need breeders for it. Happy to see it. Females, not amazing, but you can always breed those up. We have plenty of breeders, so let's just go ahead and catch this thing. I'll see you guys hopefully with some good IVs. And then part of me is itching to set up some breeds. We just caught all those Dittos today, and I haven't really gone through them or sorted them quite yet. We have a lot to do, a lot of box space to clear up there, a lot of raid Pokemon to make, but I'm kind of just distracted. Part of me wants to make breeds, but I'm kind of just distracted by the Pokedex, right? I'm under 100. I'm under 100 Pokemon needed to complete the Pokedex. I feel like that's got to be my main priority tomorrow. It's just too exciting. It's too fun. I feel like that's got to be it. You know, it's kind of it's hard to do anything else when you're just quote unquote 100 away. It's still like, what's it called? Like 20% of the, if not more, it's like more than 20% left, but it just, you feel so much closer when you're at that number, and you're also more developed at that point with all your catching Pokemon to be able to access things a lot easier and have all the regions done. All right, a 26 turn alpha. These alphas recently have just been tough, man. Some rough catches, but that's okay. You got to spend some time to get some rewards, but this Sandslash is weird. It's 20 plus in a lot of stats. It's got pretty good stats. One of the 31s being in Sp.atk is the only thing that's catching me off guard. Field A group, not amazing for special attack, but you do have some things like Typhlosion, for example, which we obviously have a very good one. So there are special attackers in the Field A group. They're just not as common as the physical on average, but still not too shabby. I just use an escape rope, and I know that I'm down to like 4 escape ropes. I'm actually going to go buy some really quick. I love keeping escape ropes in my inventory to save time on stuff like that. And I mean, to be fair, I should have clicked Dig. I think I need to actually build the muscle memory. I literally had a Pokemon with Dig in my party, and it keybound, and I just didn't click it. So I have to build the muscle memory on the Ironman account to actually click Dig instead of wasting that small amount of Pokemon. But still, you know, you want to save every bit. That gym run today definitely helped out a bit. I want to stock up a lot heading into event season if possible. Not a ton, but enough to build whatever raid Pokemon I might need on the fly, as well as many I need to beforehand, of course. I'm also getting low on things like repels and even my expert lures. I've kind of popped a fair few recently, so I need to restock on a few things, which is tough when you're trying to save up that Pokeyen. Daily Jimmy runs take up a fair bit of time, but it's something I definitely just have to do right now. So if lesser progress is made because of that, it's worthwhile in the long run. All right, we are starting the Iron Man day with a Qwilfish catch right off the bat. Hidden ability Qwilfish is actually pretty good because it has Intimidate, which that ability specifically makes it way more usable in PvP. If we go over to NU and go over to do Qwilfish, it's like the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th most used Pokemon in NU, and 87% go Intimidate. So having one in the PC, if I ever want to build an Intimidate Qwilfish, is pretty relevant. If I want to go like Swift Swim for OU Rain, I could. I probably wouldn't do that, but you know, it's an option. Let's go check the IV. I have not checked the IVs yet. The nature is nothing. Not bad. You want to see attack and... I mean, that's actually really good. I said not bad. Excuse me. This is quite good. You want to breathe the attack IV onto it and then try to raise the speed. Qwilfish is like 85 base stat speed or something like that. So it's actually really important for this thing to have 31 speed and to be jolly if you need that, if you're trying to race for speed. I think the other ones just go adamant though. I think a lot of them just go bulky right now, to be fair. So maybe it's not as important as I, but if you want an offensive one, you need that speed's really important. So yeah, it's pretty good Qwilfish. Pretty happy with that. It could be a breeder in the future, whether for itself or for a different Pokemon. Now today, I should go do my gym rerun. I think I'm gonna go do it, but I'm part of me wants to be greedy. I really want to work on my Pokedex today, man. I have under 100 Pokemon left to complete the Pokedex, the full national dex on the Ironman account, and that is just, I can't think about anything else until I do this. So I think that's where my priority is at. And the question comes down to, I'm thinking about, should I skip my gym run today? But I kind of need the yen. I need to stock back up on lures and repels. I think I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do my, or I could also do it later. I could also end the stream on my gym run. I don't hate that. Let's do that. I like the idea of that. You know what? Honestly, let's do that. Let's head over to Hoenn and go for that Nuzleaf I just saw. We need a Nuzleaf and a Seedot, and that will get us 3 Pokedex entries right there. Let's just jump right into Pokedex entries. All right, there is our Seedot. We're going to catch one of these, and then we'll just level this up. We'll put this in a box to XP train in the future and get... I love stocking up on passive... I'm going to save the male one. I love stocking up on passive... breeders like, or passive Pokedex entries like that, so I can like be really lazy, turn off my brain if I'm really exhausted, and just go still make progress, like basically like saving for the future, you know. Also, quick note, we are starting today at 510 caught OT. I love to keep like the progress every day to see how many Pokedex entries we gain. I did just catch that Seedot. No IV is just going to be used as a Pokedex, you know, fodder in the future, so that's Seedot taken care of. I need Beautifly and Dustox. I can go over to Sinnoh and catch Beautifly at a very rare rate, or just go catch Silcoon and Cascoon over in Petalburg Woods and then level them up to level 10 and get both those evolutions, right? Yeah, let's go do that. I'm gonna head over to Petalburg Woods really quick. Renee, shout out to a viewer. He let me know that he reminded me to check out, hey, your boxes, maybe you have them in your boxes, and I did have Silcoon. Now I still don't have Cascoon, so I'm gonna go look for one of those. I could actually check if I have a Wurmple. Let's see. I probably have a few Wurmples. And is it a chance? How do you... What's the evolution always? It's random. Okay, what I could do... They're breeders, and they'll still remain breeders, even if I, like, evolve them and stuff like that, you know? What I could do is just go XP train for, like, 2 seconds. I'm gonna do that. We already caught our alpha today, so the chance of another alpha is so low. I'm gonna go XP train... like, this Wurmple, a few Wurmples, and see if I can randomly get one of them to evolve into... Cascoon. We could also train the Silcoon while we're at it. Let's go do that. We're gonna do a little bit of quick XP training over in Hoenn, of course. All right, here's our Wurmple evolution. At least one of them. Did both get evolved? Okay, both. We have 2 chances at a Cascoon. I just need 1 Cascoon. That was actually like insanely fast leveling. That is a Silcoon. Okay, coin flip number 1 failed. We have 2 coin flips. Okay, and we have some move, some move relearns. Now, this should evolve into Beautifly here in a quick sec, right? So we'll get that Pokedex entry guaranteed. And then we have a coin. Okay, here's the coin flip. Come on, show me a Cascoon. I still have like 2 more Wurmples in my boxes, so I can do this if I really want to. I mean, that might be the best strat, honestly. Show me something a little mean. That's a Silcoon, I believe. Yeah, not mean enough. The Silcoon's the nice one. I need the mean one, the Cascoon. Okay, we literally have 3 more Wurmples. Surely one of them will hit Cascoon. If all of these come out Silcoon, that would actually be like statistically insane. That would be 5 coin flips in a row, all heads or all, you know, one side. Let's see. It should take 1 horde. It shouldn't be too bad. All right, here is chance number 1. I think that I'm going to go ahead and get 3 Cascoon here and prove chat wrong. Let's see. I'm saying 3 Cascoons. That's a Silcoon. Okay, surely that's 3 coin flips in a row. Okay, surely this one is Cascoon. Surely this one's gonna be Cascoon. Okay, stop trying to learn moves. You're literally useless Pokemon. Come on. Okay, the 4th coin flip. Come on, give me. It's Cascoon, surely. Come on. Need a Cascoon so I can get a Dustox. Then we're chilling. That is a Cascoon. Okay, see, it's not even hard. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. There we go. We had to level up. For some reason, I'm lucky I had 5 Wurmples in my boxes as breeders. That must have been from a catch event. I'm honestly happy I had those. We don't care how this one turns out. Sorry, buddy. All right, this should be our Cascoon evolving into Dustox. That is another Pokedex entry. Beautiful, beautiful. It probably shouldn't be logged yet. We're probably up to like 513 after this. I'm just going through like the whole Pokedex step by step, getting everything. We need a Master Rain. Dustox is cheap. We have Nuzleaf and Shiftry stored up. We don't have a single... We don't have Nincada, Ninjast, or Shedinja. Huh. Let's go catch ourselves some Nincadas. That's a fun one. That's an easy one in Hoenn once again, so we can just go do that in Hoenn. Easy peasy. Where is Master Rain after that? Do I have a search in my boxes I could evolve, possibly? Evolve level 22. So it's a super easy evolution. Otherwise, getting one would be a little bit of a pain in the butt. Okay, I have some ideas. I've been thinking recently. Okay, Nincada, I know where it's at. Surskit, I know where it's at, but I want to check my box. Let's go check for Surskit really quick. And then after that, we're going to head over to Nincada. Nincada farming is a great way to make profit on a main account. It's one of the few mons left, in my opinion, that's good to catch for profit. No Surskits, I think. I love that Pokemon. Unfortunate to see. You know what? Maybe we go catch the Surskit first. I believe it's over here. Or is it? No. No, it is. I actually, fun fact, shiny hunted Surskit right here in this spot. It's 50-50. It's 50-50 with Marl and Surskit. I love this spot. It's a really cool location. A lot of people here, obviously. One of the like earlier shunts I feel like I did on my account as well. On my main account, you know. I was just getting into like PokeMMO content and shiny hunting. I'm going to go ahead and look for the Surskit horde here. We'll kill everything and just... there we go. Wipe everything down. Really cool Surskit. Very underrated shiny. It's a black water spider, which is so sick. Like, a lot of people evolve it into Master Rain. And don't... Like, Master Rain is cool too. Don't get me wrong. But let me show you guys for those who don't know. Dude, Surskit's underrated. It's a little, like, light. It's like navy, I guess. Like, dark. It's a weird color. But it's kind of like a black water spider. I think it's so cool, man. I love this Pokemon. I think it's so underrated. Master Rain, most people know is a really cool shiny. But if you don't know, I think I love these Pokemon. Master Rain, Surskit, very cool Pokemon. Very cool shinies. Check them out. Definitely underrated. I'm going to slowly whittle down this horde now. All right, we caught our Surskit to XP train later on. Next up, now we need to go get at least 2 Nincadas. I'd like to get like 3 Nincadas because I make a mistake and accidentally... A really easy mistake to make when going for Shedinja is not leaving an open party space in your inventory. So I can see myself forgetting and making that mistake. I want to go for at least 3 Nincadas. And then the more Nincadas you catch, you have some like shiny rolls that are really rare shiny on an Ironman account, which is Shedinja. Shedinja is one of the rarest shinies in PokeMMO. It actually used to be the rarest shiny in all of PokeMMO for a very, very long time until XP candies were added. That was really the thing that like, and Shaman, like legendaries. When legendaries were added and when XP candies, it really dethroned Shedinja as like the rarest shunt of all PokeMMO. All right, this should be my second Nincada catch. I already caught 1. This will be number 2. The Nincada itself is a Pokedex entry as we also need a Ninjask and a Shedinja. Now, these encounters took a lot longer than I realized. It took me a while to get these 2. I think I had some bad luck. So I'm going to go ahead and just get the 2 Nincadas and hope that I remember. Hope that I don't have poor memory and remember to actually leave an empty party space. We're going to move on to the next Pokemon, which is going to be... We could go catch a Loudred. I would love to go do that. Let's head over to, I think Falabar Town, the Desert Underpass, one of the best odds. I could even just do like a little horde. There might be a better spot, honestly. There's a lot of Loudred spawns. I thought about catching a Whismur at the last spot I was at and leveling it up. But yeah, I know this is going to be like the best spot in my opinion. We're going to either go for a single encounter Loudred or just do a horde and whittle it down. Wait, I'm actually so dumb. You're 1000% right, Mist. I only needed 1 Nincada. How did I forget that? I don't know why I thought... The whole point is when you evolve a Nincada, it evolves into Ninjask and then the Shedinja splits off of it. Now I got 2 for the shiny chance, okay? That's my copia. I definitely only needed 1. I don't know why I got 2. You're totally correct. Just a brain fart. All right, and here is our Loudred catch as well. Another easy Pokedex entry knocked off the list. Could be a good monster egg group breeder if it comes out with good IVs. That would honestly be a really good mon to just catch for Pokedex and end up with some good IVs on. We got to figure out what we were up to next. We are just going down the line. I love this. This feeling is phenomenal. Just going down the line of what Pokemon we need to catch. There's a Loudred. I mean, some stats probably wouldn't have been released, though. We have these stored up. We have this stored up. We have this stored up. Hariyama is a weird one. Victory Road, Hoenn, we could do that. And then we'll go... Ooh, Skitty's a tougher spawn, right? Hoenn, Route 116. This is Victory Road. Hoenn. Let's do Skitty first, maybe? Route 116. Route 116. Where is that at? Let's do Skitty first, then we'll remember to go to Hariyama after. All right, hilariously, for Skitty, we find ourselves right back over at the spot we were just out. Route 116 is the Nincada spot, so we could have been going for Nincada while going for the Skitty. I'm going to pop a lure. We have dealt... That's 5% chance on the first encounter. I'm just... The Iron Man luck is so strong, dude. I'm going to catch this Delcatty, breed it down to get both Pokedex entries, and that's done. I'm already done. I'm already done the... Wow, that's insane. That being... It took 1 encounter, 5% chance, 1 in 20 encounters. Hell yeah. Right, and here is the Hariyama catch. We got our Delta we need to breed down. We can actually go start that. Like, unlike the XP training ones, we can just start that hatching process and let it sit in our incubator while we go catch other Pokemon, of course. There's our Hariyama catch. That gives us a new Pokedex entry. And then next up is, we had Delcatty and Hariyama. We have nothing else planned after this. Let's go breed that Delcatty and then plan the next thing to go for. We're already making really good Pokedex progress, though. Getting a little distracted by talking about movies, you know, just discussing other things with chat. So we're getting a little less efficient, but you know what? Could be worse. I think next up, we're going to go for Rerun. This is a specific horde over in Victory Road in Hoenn. If we go down a ladder, I think it's one ladder, not two. We can find a Rerun horde, get 5 of them, whittle them down until we can catch 1, and that will give us a Rerun. We can then evolve into an Aggron and get 2 Pokedex. This has got to be a rare spawn. What? Huh? That's got to be a rare spawn. I have my lure popped from the previous location. That's fucking insane. Wait, I just realized what happened. I popped 1 lure and got 2 lure encounters at 2 different locations. I just realized what happened. I popped 1 lure, immediately got the Delcatty catch spawn, and then went to a new spot and got another. That's fucking crazy. That's actually insane. 2 5% spawns at 2 different locations? That's wild. Holy crap. All right, there's the Aggron catch. That's crazy. That's going to save me some time on the XP training. I'm still going to go ahead and go for the Rerun. I believe it's like, you head over here, head down this ladder, then do a horde, and you should get 100% chance for, what's it called? 100% chance for Rerun. So we'll go grab that, and then we'll just be done the Aeron line. All right, there is the Rerun catch. That was actually really annoying to get because the horde, they all have Protect, and a lot of them have Sturdy. So I'm sitting there like trying to seed bomb them through Sturdy and Protect. That was a really tough catch, actually. It was just really time consuming, not tough, but you know what I mean. All right, next up, I want to go for Gulpin over at Route 110. I'm going to save Illumais. It's kind of a pain in the butt, and they have a fair bit of Illumai swarms. So I'm going to save that one. Our Skitty did hatch, so now that's logged in our Pokedex. I'm going to go for Gulpin, which will then give us a delayed evolution for Swalot. We have a Spoink in our box, so I need to move a Spoink to the leveling page for Grumpig. And if I go catch 1 Trapinch, that will give us this whole line as well. So let's go do all of that. Ready, set, escape rope, go. All right, step 1, I can release all of these. I don't need any of these for any reason. So boom, step 2, we're gonna move Spoink before I forget. We got it from some catch events, so we kept some as breeders. All of them are level 23, so they're all the same level, so it shouldn't matter how I do this. We're going to move this one over here for leveling. Then next up, what's the one we're going to go do? I already forgot. It's so hard to forget. There's so much to keep track of when you're going for your Pokedex. Next up was to do Gulpin first at Route 110 in Hoenn, and then Trapinch next, also in Hoenn at the desert location. Okay, not too many encounters. There's the Gulpin. Hell yeah. All right, and there's the Trapinch catch. It's just that easy. Really good. Wait, this is actually sick nasty. I could breed this into a special attacking Flygon. It's modest nature. Holy shit. Modest nature just needs HP. I wonder if I have a breeder for this in my boxes right now. I might. I'm gonna grab this Pokeball. We've done how many Pokedex entries? At least 12. We've done 12 Pokedex entries and what's it called? We have a bunch saved. We have a bunch stored in our boxes. I'm gonna go release that Skitty and look for a breeder. We're gonna do a few breeds honestly right now. It sounds fun to mix things up a bit. Okay, I think I have a breeder set up for this, man. I'm kind of hyped for this. We're using an Alpha Yanmega whose hidden ability is like Frist. I'm totally fine with this. This will be a really good PvM, maybe PvP Flygon. You can go special attack on this a fair bit. I think it's what you end up going on a lot of the time. I'm gonna put this in a timer, or sorry, luxury ball. What am I talking about? I don't know if you need egg moves on this. This can be a powerful special attack in ground type, which there aren't that many of in PokeMMO, as well as a powerful like Draco Meteor Dropper that can be used in PvM, PvP, different instances. If I recall correctly, I could be remembering wrong. I feel like Flygon was meta in like one raid or usable in one raid, if I recall correctly. I don't remember which one, but I think it was. So I'm hoping, yeah, I think this is a fantastic Pokemon. I'm gonna go through this breed. It's a really cool new raid possible PvM PvP like multi-use Pokemon that I was not expecting to get today, and now I'm getting it, and that's really fucking cool. Was it using Heatran? It might have been. That's really cool if so. This is not a Pokemon I expected to have anytime soon, and here we go, man. Yeah, so for the Heatran raid, for the most difficult raid in all of PokeMMO, you use a Flygon. Now, my guide says to use a 5x31 Flygon. So I don't know if the one that I'm breeding will be usable, / how important that is. I would love to try to do it without that. That would be amazing if I could end up using this Flygon for Heatran. That'd be so sick. Very specific EV spread. You can go physical or special. We're going the special one, Earth Power, so that works out fantastically. Yeah, this could be a really good, this could be a super good Flygon, man. Anyways, here is our Cacnea catch as well. Another Pokedex entry that we needed. We can evolve into Cacturn and get 2 Pokedex entries. We were also just doing that while we were waiting for our Trapinch to hatch. Here it is. We randomly rolled 31 Sp.atk. That's so good. That's amazing. I did not expect to just unlock. Someone was saying that I actually probably could use this Flygon as long as I use the artillery strat. So, like, I just unlocked a Heatran raid Pokemon today. Never expected that in a million years. That's fucking crazy. All right, had a little lunch break. Now it's back to Pokedex progress. I'm gonna go do a little Swablu catch over in Hoenn. Okay, I caught the Swablu and didn't even show the catch because it was just such a common catch. I just didn't even think about it. Next up, we're gonna do Baltoy really quick, which should be a common spawn over at Route 111 in Hoenn, which we're at right. We're going to have to go. We're in Sinnoh. I have to go to Hoenn, and then after that, we're gonna go try. I'm gonna go try to fish up a Barboach. Where is the best spot? We can also do that at Route 111. Okay, so we're just gonna go Route 111 Hoenn and go for the Baltoy and the Barboach. All right, there's our Baltoy catch. I don't know where exactly the water is at for this Barboach. Is it up here? Am I just gonna go off into the void? Route 111, water to fish for Barboach. Is it somewhere in the desert? I doubt it, right? I don't know. I'm gonna have to look around. I don't know where this is at. I'm gonna have to just bike around. All right, we've been sitting on this Barboach ready to catch him forever. We were just busy discussing sub versus dubs in anime. So here we go. We're gonna catch the Barboach, evolve him into Whiscash later on. That is Pokedex entry number 26 today. Number 20. Oh, sorry, 16 or 17. I forget which one. And it'll end up being another one once we evolve into Whiscash. That is 16. Next up, we're just cranking out Pokedex entries today. Now we have been live for 3 hours. I'm gonna go start my gym rerun. It's finally time. I'm gonna go start my gym rerun, boys. We delayed it long enough. It actually makes me sick to my stomach that this other breeder box is almost full. I need to go on to like a breeding extravaganza soon, like unironically. I really want to finish my Pokedex, but I might need to stop before then. We'll have to see. I don't know, dude. This is getting intense. There's a Zangoose catch event tomorrow. Before I can even participate in that event, I need to breed all of these to make space. That's really scary. And then this is mostly cleared. This is mostly cleared for now. It's getting brutal, man. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Sorry, 7 boxes of breeders, 1 of comps. 7 boxes of breeders. Full up is insane. I need to start. I think I need to go for specifically like 5x and 6x 31s because it's the best way to clear space. So finding what mons I want to do that for is gonna be really important. Anyways. I'm going to go Jimmy Run. Get set up for that. We'll XP trade as many of these as we can passively. Absolutely. To get 3 Pokedex entries during it. Alrighty, fellas. It is time for another Jimmy Run. Ignore that number. We were calculating how much I pay per soda can. Anyways, let's go over to... This is Jimmy Run number 37 on the account. We're going to pop an amulet coin. Do our typical Jimmy Run. And then we're also going to be passively XP training and leveling our Pokemon. Every time I evolve one of these, like Gulpin into Swalot, these nuts, for example, I'm going to go ahead and switch him out on the way to the next gym. So we'll make less Pokeyen as we'll be spending more time on the level up screens as well as over running to the PC. We'll make a little bit less Pokeyen in this kind of Jimmy Run, but we'll make a lot more passive progress and save so much time just doing monotonous XP training at 10th roll, which I love. All right, we are getting a Nuzleaf evolution with 30 seconds left on our amulet coins. That's probably going to be the end of our run. Really inefficient run in terms of Pokeyen, and I wish I would have gotten to a bit more evolutions, but a bad Jimmy Run is still an amazing form of progress. It's always something I say. So we've got our Nuzleaf here. We can actually go ahead and just Leaf Stone this as well. We can go buy more of the Leaf Stone. That's fine. Boom. That'll give us a Shift Tree evolution, and we can go check. We went from 510 caught OT Pokedex today up to 531 after this shift tree is done. So that's 21 Pokedex entries added in one day when now we only have like 73 left. So that means if we do this amount of progress every day for the next, it would be like 3 days. I don't think we'll be able to do that, to be fair. I probably can't keep up that much, but I can all but guarantee that I'll be able to finish my Pokedex this episode and this week, which is very, very, very exciting. All right, we are post-stream, post-gym rerun. Here's all the Pokemon that I actually was able to level up. I was really distracted and just did not do a great job at switching them out. Most of these guys I can go ahead and release now. The Grumpig is a breeder. It has a 31 IV, so we're going to move that over here. I was searching up Samurott for some reason to help someone actually. I was actually answering a question on a YouTube comment, but the rest of these I believe can get released. I don't think we need them otherwise. No stats. Yep. Goodbye, fellas. Sorry. I did also move my Excadrill over here and labeled it need to breed because I have to breed it down into a Drillbur to get that Pokedex entry. And I don't want to forget that because this is a really hard Pokemon to get. It's like a Pheno, or sorry, like, yeah, Pheno only, I think. Pheno only Pokemon. So that is quite a rare one. So I want to make sure I breed that down and also just breed up the stats and get myself a good Excadrill. It sucks to not have access to a, what's it called, Excadrill? I don't have a hidden ability one, a mold breaker one. Those only come from the Lunar New Year event, but I almost want to, part of me almost wants to make some sort of PvP team, like, or even just slotting in like Excadrill onto my current rain team as a way to counter Tyrannitars. If I saw, like, that'd be kind of interesting and make people think it's mold breaker, but it's actually not. It's like Sand Force or Sand Rush. The idea, there's some funny, I don't know if I'll end up doing that, but the idea there is very, very funny. It's like a kind of a bait and switch sort of metric. I also moved a bunch of new Pokemon over here to level up for Pokedex entries. I have a Staravia I can evolve into a Staraptor, and a Luxio I can evolve into a Luxray. That would be 2 new Pokedex entries as well. Just been going through things and planning things out. You really have to plan out like how you want to save or how you want to do certain Pokedex entries. A lot of them are just evolutions, but I need to go, you know, EV train, XP train that Trapinch now, for example, right? But like for Dusclops, I am going to need like a decent tanky Dusclops at one point for Frisk thieving fossils. If I ever want to do that, like, sort of hunts, as well as I need a lot of fossils. A lot of these mons are Anorith, Armaldo, there's Cranidos, there's Shieldon. I need a lot of fossil mons. I am missing both fossils from Unova, the turtle and the Archon, as well as both fossils from Sinnoh, as well as one of the fossils, I believe, from Hoenn. So, yeah, I'm missing a lot of fossil mons right now, so I'll have to do a lot of rock smashing in the future. Not really looking forward to that. That's going to kind of stink. And also, I need to go here. There's a lot of, I'm going to go do this right now, actually, before I forget. I need to go plant some honey trees, or rather slather some honey on some honey trees, because I need Cherubi and Cherum. There's also a few other Pokemon that can spawn on those, but that's the only way to get those 2 Pokemon. So unless I go buy some honey right now in Sinnoh and go slather it on some trees, I'm going to have to wait. I might, you know, be almost done my Pokedex and then be waiting hours for honey trees to reset. I'll show you guys what it looks like here in a quick sec. I don't want to end up into any nightmare situations. I want to have my preparation save me time in the future. Now, I don't want to slather a ton of trees, as at a certain point, I'm literally wasting, like, money. Like, they're pretty expensive. I don't want to waste too much Pokein on this. But you do want to head over to Floroma Town, head up here. I've honey tree farmed a fair bit on the main account, just for shiny hunting. But on the Ironman account, you need it for certain spawns. So we're going to go ahead and buy, let's say, I think it's 3 honey per tree. 30 is more than we'll ever need. We'll have extra honey on it, honestly. So let's just do that. I'm going to slather honey. Basically, you slather honey on trees, and then after an hour, you go get 3 wild spawns from them. Those spawns can be Heracross, Pinsir, Munchlax, Cherum, Burmy. There's a lot of like very niche spawns, and Cherum and Cherubi, the only ways to get them is via honey trees. So there's a tree over there. I don't want to go for any of the far trees. There's a tree here that's pretty easy. We're going to slather that. Yep, 3 honey is the max honey. You get 3 encounters that way. Over here, we're going to do 3 honey. And then I could surf up this path and get to more trees. Not going to do that because they're just so far away. I'd rather just, I'm only doing a few trees on the Ironman account. Might as well do like the closer trees to the PC, right? So there's one over here to the left of Eterna City. It'll be fun to check these later on and cross your fingers and hope for a Cherum. Hopefully I shouldn't need all of these. We'll do that. And then there's a few more that are like close to PCs. There might actually be one like south. I'm going to look around a little bit and see you guys with some honey trees in the future. All right, with this final slather, we'll end up with 3 honey. So that means I stockpiled 9 different trees all around Sinnoh. So we should be pretty good to at least get 1 Cherum. And we'll have some extra, which is totally fine. All right, I got really lucky and got, no joke, one of the best swarms in all of PokeMMO, okay? The problem is I don't know if I'll be able to get any more catches aside from this singular one. This is a Spirit Tomb swarm. It is over at the abandoned ship in Hoenn. It's a pain in the butt to get to, and I don't have all the doors unlocked and all the storyline parts done in this section. So I'm going to go ahead and just jump into this fight and hope for the best. This thing is a very rare spawn from rock smashing, or at least a rare spawn from rock smashing in a location that sucks to rock smash at, unless you're like farming there long term. So I'm really hoping to, I'm going to spore this, soak it, turn into a water type, so that then I can go ahead and actually false wipe it, try to catch this thing right now. If I don't, it's going to be a big problem and really annoying for the Pokedex. This would be a fantastic mon to get wiped off like the hyper difficult Pokedex list if I can do it here. So wish me luck, and hopefully I'll see you guys with the Spirit Tomb being caught. Oh, there it is. That worked out. Oh, that's amazing. That's such a weight off my shoulder. Only took one timer ball, which I feel like was still pretty lucky. I'm going to keep whatever. Honestly, the stats are pretty solid. I'm going to keep whatever this thing came out as. That is, once again, like one of the most difficult Pokedex entries in PokeMMO. Awesome to get it via a swarm that way, even though the swarm was really difficult to get to. I had to like dive down a bunch of things, maneuver around in this location. If I can find extras, I will. But yeah, all these doors are locked, and I don't know how to unlock them, / if I even can unlock them. Like, yeah, you should be able to get through here to get over here. Yeah, there's a little mini game or like mini post storyline thing here where you get keys and kind of unlock these doors, and I do not have it done yet. All right, next order of business, I need to prepare for the Zangoose catch event tomorrow, and my box space is not ready for that. Look how unbelievably full everything is. Yeah, this needs to be bred first things first. That'll clear up some space. Like, yeah, this is not enough. What I'm going to do is I'm going to, first things first, breed all of these. That will clear up about 30 or so spaces, and then next I'm going to go ahead and just set up some breeds, do a little bit of a, not a breeding extravaganza, but basically just prep as many breeds as possible. I'm currently watching a movie, so this is honestly a perfect activity to go ahead and just watch a movie, plan out a few 1x31 breeds. I have like a lot of these like Porygons and stuff and Dittos over here, or these Porygons. So I really, honestly, Porygons, genderless species, having multiple 31s bred up on these, I would love to go for a 5x31 Porygon at some point. That would honestly be phenomenal. Yeah, so I'm gonna need multiple Porygons with multiple different IV groups. So we're gonna start working on that probably, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Just a lot of breeding right now. I'm gonna go ahead and do this quick batch of 26 or so, I believe, an Iron Man quote-unquote batch of rare shunting chance. That's the dream, is to very, very long term get a rare shiny here. I don't think it'll happen today. If it does, that would be stupidly lucky. But for now, let's go ahead and get these breeds done and ready to go. Clear up that inventory space. All right, I spent about 1 hour setting up breeds, maybe like 1.5 hours, honestly. Do you want to see all the breeds that I set up in 1 hour's time? Maybe even 1.5 hours. I kind of lost track, but let me show you guys on an Ironman account how many breeds you can look to prep in 1.5 hours. About 9. 9 breeds. It seems so silly. On a main account, this would take me like 15 minutes, maybe less. Probably 15 minutes, let's be honest. Probably 15 minutes, maybe 30 minutes for like certain complicated things like egg moves or whatever. But nope, on an Ironman account, having to sort through all my own Pokemon, all my own breeders, just trying to pair things up, took me about 1.5 hours to prep this. That's just the name of the game, dude. Something I'm getting used to. It feels weird, man. It feels like you're putting in so much time to get less reward. But that, I mean, that's literally what an Ironman account is. I mean, it's more effort, more time for the same thing as everybody else, but it's just harder, you know. That's the beauty of it, I guess. That's what makes that feeling. I'm excited to do raids. I think I'm missing out on a lot of the oomph right now. I personally feel like I'm missing out on a lot of the accomplishment. Like, oh, we know I'm making the mons, I'm making the PvM Pokemon, the Pokemon, we're completing them, right? But I'm not getting the reward for completing the Pokemon. Not yet, at least. That will come when event season comes. So inherently, the Ironman account right now is just unfinished, and it literally can't be finished until event season rolls around, which is a really, really awkward feeling. I did go ahead and just move this. We're not breeding this. Wait a minute. I did go ahead and move this Starmie over to my comp boxes. This was a wild caught Starmie that I got a long time ago. Level 61, mild nature, 28 Sp.atk, 28 speed. It's just good enough to be a random little wild Pokemon, or random little mediocre PvM Pokemon, so I'm going to be using it as that possibly, even though I have a good Starmie. But I still want to EV train it if I have some extra, essentially, special attacking Pokemon to, you know, extra space my party. Anyways, all right. These are all the breeds I have set up. So we have... Let's just go through everything step by step. First things first, a good 2x31 Porygon. That's pretty simple. I can go ahead and go through with that. It's 31 HP and 31 either Sp.atk or Sp.def. A few of them are different, obviously. I also have a 2x31. Oh, I didn't mean to put my slot. Whoopsie. I have a 2x31 Porygon as well already in my boxes just down here. That's also like 28 plus in 2 of the stats, so it only needs the defense to be high rolled. So That's down there as well and could be really powerful. Next up is this other 2x31 Porygon. I'm just trying to make as many 2x31 Porygons as possible, and I did purposely make it so at least one of these, I believe, can be matched up. The goal is I should be able to make at least one 3x31 Porygon. If I can make two 3x31 Porygons, that would be amazing, because that means I could make a 4x31 Porygon. So we'll see how that comes out, but the super end game goal is eventually a 5x31 Porygon. That'd be a really cool thing to go for, but it should be pretty tough. Next up is a Spinda and a Sandslash breed. Let's see what this looks like. 31 HP, 20 plus attack, 31 defense. Sp.atk is just out of my control. The Sp.atk there is just going to be whatever it is, but it's mostly a 3x31 breeder breed. That's kind of what it is. Random nature roll, nothing crazy, losing alphaness, putting a Pokeball, randomly rolling gender. That's totally okay. Just a good old 3x31 breed, trying to clear up space wherever you can. And my boxes do look a lot cleaner, to be fair. Let's save the few other breeds for last. We actually have some like competitive breeds coming up. Now this one is a 20 plus field egg group, 20 plus in every stat except for speed. So you could look at Trick Room Pokemon here, so it'll be low speed. Random nature, random gender, 31 HP, 31 Sp.atk, a bulky Pokemon. Sure. Should be a fantastic breeder down the road. Could pay for these to be male, but when it comes to breeding on, you so often need to make breeders for breeders that it's totally fine letting those roll. It's very likely I have to make them female anyway. I would prefer them to be female in the future, so it's hard to pay Poke, and we just don't know, essentially. Now, this, I don't need to pay any Pokeyen for, because this will be a completed breed, which this is pretty cool in my opinion. I'm Everstoning Timid Nature. I'm going to end up with a Timid Togepi, 28 HP, 31 defense, 27 Sp.atk, 26 plus Sp.atk, and then 26 speed. This is a PvP and PvM Togekiss, which is pretty sick in my opinion. I'm very excited for this. I'm going to let the gender can roll, put it in a luxury ball. Not like a whole lot of Togekisses, to be fair. Right now, go, it's an OU mon, but it kind of switches back and forth. Go Timid. Well, actually, I'm sorry, excuse me. To be fair, there's not a whole lot of data right now. The most of these go Timid. That's actually pretty impressive. I think it's like an 80 base stat. It's one of those like 80 base stat speed Pokemon, which when a mon is at like 80 base stat speed in OU, that's where you start to ask the question, should I go bulky? Should I invest in the speed? Like, what should I do? Partial speed? Like, what do you know? It depends on what you want the mon to do. So, yeah, I think you want speed on Togekiss generally to be able to air slash down your opponent and get that Serene Grace benefit. Go for those flinch chances. I'm going to go through with this breed. That'll give us a PvM and PvP Togekiss. Fun fact, Togekiss was actually meta for not a raid, but like a boss fight during the anniversary event in PokeMMO. But it's been a while since we've had that. That was a few years ago and they never brought it back. Next up, I've building a Technician Breloom on my goals list for a while. And now I can actually work towards that. We have the Alpha Breloom. I'm going to make this female so we can continue to breed it up in the future. But this is going to come out 31 attack, 31 Sp.atk, 31 speed, and then randomly roll nature. Going to go through with that. Each of these breeds is costing minimum 20k, and then also an Everstone sometimes. Next up, we needed to breed this Drillbur for Pokedex #1, and then #2, also just to breed up a good Drillbur. Like that would be, that'd be really nice, right? So see this Drillbur right here. We're hoping to roll up the attack. That'd be great. Speed is really important on an Excadrill / Drillbur. Having that 31 speed is just crucial. I'm going to go for that. Hope for some nice rolls there. A nice nature roll would be awesome. That thing is pretty frail, Excadrill, so like if I'm just going PvM, I don't mind just going 31 attack, 31 speed, and like Adamant Nature would be good enough. And then next up, another powerful like PvP Pokemon that has some PvM utility. There's a Magic Bounce hidden ability not to. And I am utilizing an Alpha Ditto for this because I feel like it's that important. 31 HP, 31 defense, 31 Sp.atk, amazing bulk. The big roll here is the Sp.atk. I'm going to put it in a luxury ball and hope, well, I guess I need to roll the nature as well. That's pretty bad. But I'm going to, if we get super lucky here, and we get super lucky, hoping for some luck here, I need the Sp.atk to at least medium roll. There's only a 12.5% chance of the Sp.atk going bad. And I would love to see a good nature, but that's a long shot. We're going to make it female to make sure that we can rebreed it. We got all those eggs hatching. That is 9 different eggs, I believe, of like really, really good PvM and or PvP Pokemon or breeders for future series Pokemon down the line. That was about an hour and a half of setting up those breeds, and then all the time, obviously, catching the Pokemon, buying the Pokeballs, getting the Everstones, all that stuff, just for like an 8-minute clip. Less than that. That is the life of an Iron Man. Those 3 Porygon eggs hatched incredibly quick. Holy shit. I guess they were like already like passively. I yapped so much they just like started went for the hatch, right? So 31 HP, 31 Sp.atk. Let's see if I can pair any of these up. Hasty nature, we didn't see any relevant. Carefuls, yeah, hasty, careful, not good. Sassy is like kind of usable on a bulky Porygon if you end up going that, but I don't think we're gonna be doing that. These 2, I believe, can pair together. If I'm not mistaken. It's kind of tough to tell with all these mons, right? Like this one's 31 HP, 31 Sp.atk. So what we do here is we brace the Sp.atk on one, brace the speed on the other. And this should get me a 3x31 Porygon, which I'm pretty happy with in like the most important stats, speed, HP, and special attack. I'm gonna go ahead and just pop that egg, get it going immediately. We got 2 more, you got a few more hatches as well. I'm gonna go ahead and fill fill the other incubators while I can. Put this other Porygon breeder through, boom, boom, 3x31. Let that go ahead and go through. Now go grab the other ones, grab those, fill. Yeah, I didn't have an egg, excuse me. That's already the other ones. Let's go check. We're waiting for this. We have this one as well, which is also the... Oh, no, it's not the same stats. Wait a minute. I don't know why I thought that was the same stats. Now, to be fair, so I can actually breed these into it 3 times. I don't know if these will match up correctly. They might? This might work out. I might be able to make a 4x31 Porygon, which that feels incredible. That's actually really fucking cool. I was not expecting to be able to make a 4x31. Like, that takes a lot, you know? It is kind of weird. This Porygon's already so good, so I feel bad. Like, getting rid of, like, the 28 Sp.atk and 29 HP, you know, that feels a bit rough. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna, like, put the braces on. I actually do think I'm gonna go ahead and wait to see how this other one comes out before I, like, consume this next one. But I will put the braces on and just wait. Just see how it looked. Maybe the nature comes out. Maybe I need to, like, wait. You know, maybe I need to prep another breed. Like, I don't know. Something could always happen. So I'm going to sit on that for a quick sec just to process. And then next up, we got our Spinda breeder, 3x31. I feel like these rolled pretty well, the attack and Sp.atk. It's only the Sp.def we're missing now. We can put that over into our 2x31 plus more box. And then our 2x31 Sandshrew. Pretty basic. It's, you know, it's missing the speed, but pretty solid. Thing we can breed up in the future. And if you remember earlier, when I click on this box, we can actually see. If you remember earlier, this box was full. This like 8th breeder box of mine, or like 7th breeder box, had gotten, I think, down to like 4 slots. And now look at it. I emptied like 30. I probably emptied like 28-ish slots in total, maybe like 27-ish. I'm feeling pretty darn good about that. Yeah, I definitely ended up consuming over 60 Pokemon in this episode for that goal as well. That repeatable goal on the Ironman account. So that feels pretty cool. There's our Togepi. Do we have a roll on this? I don't think so. Timid. Yeah, looks fantastic. No real rolls there. That's going straight over to the comps box. Another Pokemon created. Look at this comps box, like, overflowing, dude. That's crazy. No nature roll on the Shroomish. Understandable. You know, that's bound to happen. I guess we're not really... We are filling this back up a little bit, so we'll see how that comes out. Now, I was just going to sit here and wait for these eggs to hatch, but there's actually an alpha Kingdra spawn right now over in, I believe, Johto. That is an amazing alpha egg group breeder. That's in the, I believe, Dragon, and Water A egg group, which are 2 of the best egg groups, in my opinion, in PokeMMO. I'm going to head over there ASAP. It's kind of a difficult location to get to, but thankfully, due to my Discord, due to the amazing people in my own Discord, I can't even take credit for it, right? There's a beautiful map that maps out and explains exactly how to get there, so that's going to save my butt. And here is what that map looks like for anybody wondering. I love this. Just like screams old school MMO guide to me. The like red MS Paint scribbled on lines. I fucking adore it, dude. All right, but our Pokemon did hatch really quick, so I'm going to check those out before we go to this. Let's see. Drillbur did not get a nature roll. That's okay. We medium roll attack, I believe. That's totally fine. Nothing special on the Drillbur, but just okay. 31 speed on a female Drillbur. I'm happy with that. It'll start a breed. I'm curious to see how did this Natu come out. No nature. We at least medium rolled Sp.def. That's okay. That can be fixed. Did I not click female on this? I'm sorry. What? Wait, I'm so bummed. That actually sucks. I'm not gonna lie. Damn. That's gonna make that way harder to rebreed. I swear. Did I unclick it? I bet I unclicked it or misclicked or like left the thing. I swear I even named the Pokemon make it female. I try to do that. It's pretty rare I make that way. I guess that's not that rare I make that mistake, but it's been a while since I've made that mistake. but it's gonna happen eventually. That sucks. Forgot to make this female. That definitely makes it way harder to rebreed in the future, because now it requires a Ditto when it wouldn't have prior. That makes it really hard to justify that this might become just a flying age group breeder. It makes it really, really hard to justify using a Ditto for that. And then next up is our Porygon, which is that 3x31 one we saw prior. I think I am going to go ahead and, you know what, make that go for that 4x31 Porygon. But first things first, let's go get this Kingdra. I'm stalling for content a little bit on accident. All right, on the way here, there were a lot of lost people, so I'm really thankful I had that guide. That little image in my Discord was just a massive lifesaver. And now we can go ahead and interact with this Kingdra. Here we go. We're going to go ahead and skill swap it right off the bat. I had to bring a Whirlpool Pokemon to this, so I have my Politoed, which I kind of don't want to bring out because it would just buff all the damage from the Kingdra, so it would kind of be like an actively bad thing, but we should be okay here, hopefully. It is a female, which is not great. We prefer a male here as a breeder. We don't want to keep this thing as a Kingdra. We want to use it to breed up other strong dragon Pokemon. I'm going to bring in my Garchomp. I'm not going to let Dragon Claw here, as it just might kill. I think I do want to go for Earthquake. It should not kill here unless something silly happens. Yeah, 43%. He goes for a Draco Meteor. That's terrifying. I just realized I just gave my opponent Contrary plus Draco Meteor. However, thankfully, Draco Meteor only has like 5 PP, so hopefully I can just like Spore stall it out, like Spore sub stall that out. If I crit there, it also would have killed, which would have been unfortunate. Yeah, that's gonna suck. It's gonna raise his Sp.atk by 2. That's literally terrifying, but I might be able to counteract this. I might be able to like stall it out a bit. All right, not too bad. A turn 20 alpha. I honestly have no complaints. It was, you know, a little bit of trouble, had a little bit of decisions, but not too shabby. 31 attack, 31 speed. Very, very happy with that. Honestly, the 30 Sp.def is a bit of a cherry on top as well. That's a perfect breeder for something in these 2 age groups. All right, I went ahead and moved some of these Pokemon over to my boxes from my incubators. Up to 533 caught OT in the Pokedex. That feels really cool. I'm a little bummed that my Natu. I'm bummed about my Natu. I really should have made that female. Just a bonehead mistake. Easy mistake to make, but what are you going to do? The time has passed, right? I'm going to go ahead and get this Porygon breed going, the other 3x31 one. I'm honestly surprised because, yeah, this should, unless I'm crazy. Let me see. Let me just double check. I'm so worried about things not pairing up, you know? I think that's where I'm at. Let me see how this would look. If I paired these up, it would be 31 Sp.def, 31 speed. So it'd be 3x31 in these stats. Then we, yeah. This should be fine. Yep. This way I can make a 4x31 Porygon. So I'm going to go ahead and go through with it. Neither of them have a designated nature. Now, the interesting thing here would be if I can roll nature on this Porygon, or if I can roll a good nature probably being like modest, timid, or bold. Any of those would be really interesting. It depends on what Porygon you want to go is a whole nother question. Like, do you go Porygon 2? You go Porygon Z? Like, that is a very, like, Porygon Z is generally the worser one. But for PvM, it's better because it's more offensive. But how much PvM really uses Porygon Z? Like, it's a whole thing. Like, what nature, what should you do on Porygon Z and 2? So Z, you want to go modest, like, for sure, and go that damage. For Porygon 2, you usually want to go bulky, enable that Eviolite, and go like calm or bold. But you see some quiet here. I bet that's for a Trick Room team, which is pretty cool in my opinion, to be fair. Do I really go a modest Porygon 2 and like fake out my opponents? Like, I don't know. That can't be better, but it would be kind of interesting. We'll just see how that breed first comes out. While that's coming out, should I work on this Drillbur breed a little bit? It wouldn't be bad to have. I do want to wait for a hidden ability Drillbur to really breed up a good one, like maybe a 5x31 one, but for now, I mean, it wouldn't be bad to have a 2x31 offensive PvM capable Drillbur by any Excadrill by any means. All right, we're going to crank out this breed pretty quick. 2x31 Drillbur with attack and speed. Pretty simple. Going to make sure I pay for the gender to be male, unlike that darn Natu. Hope for a nature roll. Now, even if we don't get a nature roll here, I actually can already complete this. I have plenty of male field age group Pokemon that are 2x31 with correct nature in my boxes right now. So even if this comes out incorrect, we can finish this breed no matter what, which feels pretty darn good. All right, that Porygon breed came out and it did not have any relevant nature out of the 3 different. There was a few different ones it could have rolled. So now we get to go ahead and make a 4x31 Porygon. The only funny thing is that to make a 5x31 Porygon, I'm going to need another 4x31 Porygon, which is going to take a lot more Porygons and a lot more Dittos. And then, even if I breed those together and somehow make a 5x31 Porygon, well, I'm going to need another 4x31 Pokemon, 4x31 Porygon, excuse me, with the correct nature to ever, you know, make a 5x31 with correct nature Porygon. So that might end up being a nightmare, or rather an extremely long-term project. Rolling nature right now on this exact Porygon would be an unbelievable gift from Arceus. That would be like an amazingly good situation, like perfect, best time to roll a good nature. All right, and our Drillbur breed just came out, hoping for a decent nature here, but we don't really need it. We'd rather save the good luck for the Porygon. That's not how it works, but yeah, no nature. That's okay. We already have the Pokemon in our boxes to go ahead and make this work, so let's find those. Not only do I have the Pokemon to make it work, I actually have many, many different options. I could use this Poochyena and then not have to put any braces on my Drillbur and save a little bit of Pokéyen. That's not really worth it. We'd rather save that. I could use this Sandshrew, and sure, it might be the option, honestly. I'm trying to think. I'm going to put that in my party for a quick sec. Now, we could use this Spinda. However, the Spinda is also in the humanoid aid group. So that's actually like one you want to factor and you want to save that for that breed. Or I could use this Ditto, but that's also a Ditto, obviously, so you can use that for better breeds. So yes, I think the Sandshrew, after looking through everything, ends up being the best option. We need to go ahead and Everstone the Sandshrew, and then I'm going to Speed Brace the Drillbur. We're going to end up with a 2x31 Adamant one. You would go Jolly for PvP. It kind of depends, obviously. It kind of depends on your ability. Kind of depends on your team. It depends on a lot of things. I shouldn't say you go Jolly for PvP, because generally you go Speed for PvP and plus damage for PvM, but it depends on Excadrill. I would guess. I would argue. So I'm going to put this thing in a Luxury Ball. This is a PvM Excadrill first, because it doesn't have that hidden ability access. So it's going to be really good in PvM, but not as powerful or as versatile in PvP, which is just what I need it for. So we're going to use it for PvM. There we go. There's the breed. Lots of PvM, PvE, yada, yada, yada. PvM, PvP, PvE. There's 3 different terms. Essentially, if you don't know, PvE and PvM are essentially the same thing. PvE is player versus environment. PvM is player versus monster. Some MMO players really don't like when I say PvM. I think PvM comes from the old school RuneScape community specifically, so it's just one of those things. They essentially mean the same thing, but some people get really up in arms about it. Now look at my Pokeyen stack. I was noticing that, dude. I farmed up to like over 1.4 million Pokeyen today, like trying to stock up. And it's funny, it's just so ironic. I had so many people in stream today. Not that they're good questions, good thing to ask, right? Like, what do you even need Pokeyen for on an Ironman account? Like Petralcy, like you're doing your Jimmy run every day. How important is that really? Dude, look, I burned through like 300,000 Pokeyen today. And to be fair, it was like in like 2 hours of breeding, but we didn't even really get that many things done. Which is kind of sad to say. We got a lot of breeders for breeders. We got preparation done, and that's the name of the game when it comes to MMOs, but we didn't even like really finish that much. We finished like maybe a few Pokemon. So, okay, our Porygon hatched, came out mild. That is usable. It's not like good, because you actually do want to be bulky, especially your defense, on a Porygon 2 or a Porygon Z. But if we're rocking some sort of PvM Porygon Z with this strategy, it's at least plus Sp.atk. I might end up EV training this and then just one day breeding this down when I think that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to go put this in the comps box, EV train it, and then probably one day breed it back down if I ever want to complete it as a perfect 5x31 with nature. So yeah, we're gonna put it in for now. Look at your comps box is getting so full. Getting so crazily full. Actually, I'm going to move a lot of this stuff down like this. Speaking of, when is my Ho-Oh refight? I just realized I saw these Pokemon and I was like, wait a minute. The Ho-Oh refight is ready. We can do that. All right, and there's the final hatch of today. Really big day, man. There's the Drillbur, 2x31 and Adamant Nature, and a beautiful Luxury Ball as well. I'm going to go grab that fella, move him over to the comps box, and look, just today alone, counting on stream, I guess if you count the Starmie, that wasn't like a gotten today, you know, achieved today, but we ended up moving. We have 4 new Pokemon, 4 new UTs over in the comps box. I'm pretty darn happy. One of them is 4x31. Not quite complete, though. One's an amazing Togepi. One's an amazing Drillbur. I'm really excited, honestly. I think the one I'm most excited for is the Flygon. Or at least the eventual Flygon. Right now, it's a Trapinch, obviously. So we got some really strong Pokemon. A lot of Pokemon to EV train upcoming here in the future. And yeah, I'm going to leave you guys with that. I'm pretty exhausted, pretty tired. Been a very, very long day, but I'm very happy with the progress gained. And now we thankfully finally have enough PC space. That's what I was really stressed about. We do have enough PC space, in my opinion, for the Zangoose catch event tomorrow. So I feel just so much more comfortable about that. And that feels really good. That you want to feel comfortable about stuff like that. So that feels fantastic. I will see you guys tomorrow morning on stream for the Zangoose catch event. My typical Jimmy run, some normal progress, and then maybe a little bit of Pokedex. Probably a fair. We'll see. We'll see. I want to work to my Pokedex as well. I just can't promise. I don't know how much we'll be doing tomorrow exactly. Did a lot of breeding today, so hopefully we can do a few things on this tomorrow, but I don't know. I'm a little lost on my targets / my path tomorrow, but we'll see how that winds up. All right, good morning. I woke up early on the Zangoose catch event day, so I have a few things to do to get ready and kind of get some things done before stream even starts. First things first, I'm going to head over to Daisy, which is Gary Oak's sister, and she's going to raise the happiness on my Swadloon, so it'll be easier to evolve this thing into Leavanny when that time comes for the Pokedex. If you have Pokemon that need your happiness gained, always go to her every single IRL day. She will raise your happiness a fair bit of % for free. And then next up, we have an alpha spawn over here to the north of, what is this? Cerulean City. So I'm going to go get my Pokemon and try to catch this. I don't know what the spawn is, so we'll just see here in a quick sec. I also moved one of my Lumineons over to my box 1 because I need to breed it down to get Finneon for the Pokedex. That's another like free little Pokedex entry I just have sitting in my boxes. I've been going through the Pokedex one by one trying to find what I do and don't have. All right, it is an alpha Venomoth, which is a fantastic bug egg group breeder, so we're gonna hope for some good stats here. Also could just be a pretty powerful Pokemon if I need like a high bug type special attacker for raids, something weird like that, like last minute. Like this is a nice mon to just go ahead and pick up for sure. All right, a turn 12 alpha catch. That's one of the fastest ones I've gotten so far. Wow, and there's a 4x31. Oh my goodness, wait, and it's not even overlapping the Sp.atk. Is that my first 4x31 on like alpha catch on the Iron Man account? I feel like it might be. I'd have gotten a few 3x31s. I don't know if I've gotten a single. If like, oh man, what the fuck? 4x31 Venomoth. Holy man, that's insane. And the fact that it's not overlapping a stat over Sp.atk, the fact that it's that over the attacks is fantastic. When you have 4 of those, that's tough to dodge. Just need that speed IV on this thing. Holy man. Wow. That's a sick breeder. 4x31, dude. It's crazy the difference of a 4x31 and a 3x31. Like I can get 3x31s on my account now. It's even that's like a little tough. Like it takes a lot of breeding, right? But 4x31 is like such a massive step up. Anyways, amazing catch out of the way. I'm gonna go work on some Pokedex stuff. So I want to head over to Route 4 actually. I should be able to, if I'm understanding correctly, fish for, is it Clamperl? Yes, Clamperl. Weird Pokemon. Clamperl, which evolves into both Huntail and Gorobus. I need to catch 2 of them so I can actually, do both of them. I guess I could catch 1, evolve it, and then breed it down. I'm going to try to catch 2. That should make it easier. I could go to the underwater in Hoenn. I hate going there. Who likes going there? I'm going to try to go Super Rod at Route 4 in Unova and hopefully don't regret that. I had to remember where the water was at this location. So I'm pretty sure it's over towards this like bottom left part of the map. And yes, it is. It's over here in this really weird little alcove in the desert, like Route 4 area in Unova. Honestly, a really beautiful little patch of water. There's our Clamperl. Okay, huge. That's the first one. We need 2 at least. All right, there's our first Clamperl. I'd love to see it come with an item as well. I believe it has a chance to have the Deep Sea Tooth or whatever the other one is. Let's go check really quick, actually. I'm going to make sure I grab one more. There's the 2 niche weird items, the Deep Sea Tooth and the Deep Sea Scale. You need to evolve both of these Pokemon. We have to just use them on it, thankfully. Let's see if I have the Tooth, but not the Scale. Okay. So, I'm going to have to find a way to farm the Scale. Yeah, let's see. Does Clamperl have a chance? If so, Blue Shard or Pearl? No. I'm going to have to find, oh man, a Scale somewhere. All right, there's Clamperl number 2, and I at least have a lead on how I might be able to get myself another free Deep Sea Tooth or Scale, and I don't know which one. First things first, we're going to fly over to Hoenn and go to Slateport City. I know this because there's a forum post that I've talked about many times in the past called the like all storyline hidden items guide. So if you use that and then you hit Control F on your keyboard, you can search for whatever items you need. So I did this for Deep Sea, and now I'm going to show you guys where there might be. It says you talk to a guy with glasses, so it should be fly to Slateport City and enter the house northeast of the Poke Center. The problem is that could only be this house. and then talk to the guy with glasses, who is this guy, okay? He should give you a deep sea tooth or a deep sea scale. I don't know if we get to pick, or if it's random, or if we already got it from him previously on this account. That might also be there's a lot of problems that, you know, I think that might be it. I might have already gotten it from him. All right, the next step towards our deep sea scale little situation is figure out which Pokemon have the wild chance of holding deep sea scales. Now, Google says Clamperl, which is not the case in PokeMMO. Next up is Lantern, which I think that might be true. Let's see. Yellow Shard and deep sea scale. Okay, so our next best odds end up being to go Frisk Thief for a deep sea scale from Lantern. However, I think I've done that before, and I think I know how brutal that is, because I'm pretty sure deep sea scales might actually be kind of expensive on the GTL. I think they're like 20k. Let's go check. It's been a while. Yeah, they're about 20k. So I've tested this as a money making method before. I'm pretty sure on my main account on my my channel. I think that you only get like 3 to 4 deep sea scales per hour. So do I want to do that right now is kind of the question I'm asking myself, or would I rather just go shower and get prepped for stream, get prepped for my Ho-Oh fight, my gym rerun, stream intro. There's a lot of other stuff, more important stuff that I kind of have to do. So I think I'm going to delay this for now, but I do need to like keep this one and then name it get scale fra lantern, get scale lantern. Hopefully this reminds me enough. This kind of looks like gibberish, but hopefully this reminds me. It's just something like that to remind yourself what you need to do. I'm also just going to keep this other Clamperl in here for now, just in case I get like a Goribus or a Huntail Swarm. I'd rather keep this one if I need to, or keep the deep sea tooth that I currently have. Keep that item if I don't need to use it. Alrighty, fellas, it is a beautiful Wednesday morning to play the Iron Man account. Okay. We're going to jump into the Ho-Oh Refight. First things first, I've been stocking up legendary lures. I'm currently at 6. I'm going to get to 9 with this. I've also been saving my legendary lures for Entei next month in October, the most important legendary that I need to get left. I would like to get Raikou and Articuno as well, but those are more like a nice thing, versus Entei would actually be like wildly beneficial to raids. So we're going to jump into this Ho-Oh fight, jump into the day. We have a Zangoose catch event that begins in an hour and 40 minutes from now. So we should have enough time to do our Ho-Oh fight, do our little stream intro, and then also do our gym rerun on the Iron Man account. And then we'll do the Zangoose catch event, and then with any leftover time, we'll end up doing Pokedex progress and just general day-to-day stuff on the Iron Man account. Let's get to work. Wait, what happened in did I just lose my Ho-Oh fight? I don't think I clicked anything wrong. Did a bad crit happen? I don't know what happened. Did I make a mistake? Let's see. Okay, this is gonna be close. I have to be able to survive one hit from this. I think I did. Oh my goodness, did I just win? Did I do it actually? Okay, wow, that was close. Wow. I think we got it. Okay, bro. The Rotom Heat was able to 1v9 a little bit. Goodness gracious, that was scary, man. 10 Rainbow Quills, 3 Legendary Lures. That's up to 9 Legendary Lures stacked up. And if I ever get one of those beasts, the Legendary Beast, I just realized I don't have a single Legendary Beast yet on my account still. That's crazy. No Raikou, no Suicune, no Entei. None of them. Wow. I don't know why I hadn't thought about that. That's kind of crazy. I'd love to go for Raikou soon, but next is going to be gym rerun. So let's go get prepped for that. We got to do our daily important stuff. I'll be doing Ho-Oh again in it's once a week. Yeah, 1 to 7 days. That's our 5th Ho-Oh fight done. All right, fellas, it is time for another gym rerun. This is rerun number, what, 38? 38 in total on the account. We only have an hour and 8 minutes until the, starts, the catch event. So I got to get started. I got to jump into this ASAP. That starts pretty soon. I want to have a little bit of stretch time after the gym run. We are leveling today our Heracross that we used for our last storyline run on the account, as well as it'll be a fantastic raid Pokemon when the Halloween event comes around. It's a good fighting type Pokemon, as well as it's a bug type for Darkrai, so we can use it in multiple different ways. Out of it, an amazing Heracross, still only level 51, so it's pretty under-leveled. I'm going to go ahead and hopefully get some good XP hit on him today passively during our gym run and make some Pokeyen. I spent so much Pokeyen last night breeding, dude. I ended the stream at like 1.4 million and 60k or whatever, like 1.46, and now I'm at 1.18. I spent like 300,000 Pokeyen last night off stream breeding breeders mostly, and breeding some Pokemon. So we have a lot to hopefully regain. I'm trying to make money, dude, but I keep spending it so fast. We're going to hopefully try to make some profit today and make good progress. All right, I don't know why. I don't normally do this, but I went through the effort of counting every single Pokemon for this upcoming catch event in about 24 minutes, and I think I've discovered the best, one of the best strats, not the best, but one of the best strats. You cannot quick ball, you cannot nest ball these Pokemon off the bat. The catch rate's like 60%. It's just way too low, but instead, you can false swipe and nest ball and get 100% catch rate for Zangoose, Nuzleaf, Lombre, and Seviper. And then for C-Dot, you want to either, in C-Dot and Lotad, you want to nest ball immediately. You don't need to false swipe them down. Or you could go ahead and false swipe plus Pokeball if you want to save some Pokemon and not do nest balls, which I don't think might be what I do. We'll have to see. But so these are the strats that I've come to for this event. I'm going to keep this up over on the side just to remind myself. The catch event will begin once again in about 23 minutes. Sometimes the Viper is minus 15 points. Yes, that is true. However, now normally I would say catch minus mons for the extra rolls. That's not, minus 15 is too strong. I don't actually agree with that take for this catch event specifically. However, I do agree with if you want to go for 4th place, which is a totally valid thing to shoot for to get some RP, that's the lowest point thing, right? So you do want to go for Seviper if you care about going for 4th place. On an Ironman account, I'll take any RP I can get. One of the RPs that I earned, that's how I got my Fly Ocarina, was from winning 4th place in a catch event. So I'm going to happily catch the Sevipers because I don't mind going for 4th place, as well as Sevipers in the Dragon Egg group. So it's actually also a really good egg group breeder for an Ironman account. As a main account, you might want to think about, is it worth for you to catch Sevipers? Use your nest balls for that. That's up to you. It's a personal decision. That's a tough call. Good luck to everybody participating in the event in about 20 minutes. All right, the Jimmy run is now done, okay? Up to 1.4 million Pokemon. Heracross got to level 67. Very happy with that. Level 80 is generally what I shoot for on those kind of Pokemon. I'm going to go grab my... I think I am going to try the synchronized strat. I don't normally do catch events where you synchronize and then switch to your catching Pokemon and then fall swipe Spore. I don't normally do that because it just takes so much time. However, with this event, the fact that the bonuses are so huge, I'm going to step out of my comfort zone and trust me, I don't normally do. So I'm going to try the synchronized strat. Let me first put all my Pokemon away. We have 7 minutes until the event begins. And I'm going to try to look for an early encounter. Get my first encounter going before the event even starts. Alrighty, fellas. The catch event has officially begun. We're going to be using nest balls for this. I have this Zangoose prepped. I'm feeling pretty good about this. I did synchronize this. Yeah, good luck to everybody. There's a Twitch Gamba up for who wants to bet on the catch event. Let's see. I'm feeling good about this one. I'm feeling ready to lock in and ready to hopefully do well in this event. Gentle. Oh, okay, never mind. It's fucked. This event's over. The Zangoose sucked dick. Anyways, next catch. That's pretty good. I don't think that's 4th place winning. I don't know how many people are going for 4th place. That's a 31 minus 15. I don't think it's enough because I think this event's going to be really crazy. I think people are... This is a 16 overall score, which is really good and normally would win an event at 4th place. But I don't think it'll be good enough for this event because the minus 15... Like, it's so... We'll see. That could be really, really good. This thing's good. It is good. That could be 4th place. It being on a Seviper. I don't know if it'll be good enough to win. If someone catches like a 25 Seviper, they crush me there, right? If that's 4th place, that would be... I'm not going to get my hopes up. So I don't think it is, honestly, but I should be wrong. We'll see. I don't think it'll be 4th place. I'm not going to get my hopes up. But I don't think that many... I think a lot of people are skipping. Honestly, that mental herb from Lotad is legit nice. I don't have a great way to, like, get that item or, like, farm that item on the account. That's legit good. If that's 4th place, that would be amazing for the iron. But, yeah, we'll have to just... I think it's really unlikely. But we'll see. Maybe I'm wrong. Dude, what? I think I just caught a raid-ready Shiftry. Does this thing need edge moves? It might need edge moves. Holy shit. That's insane. Cricket Tech can be new. This is fine. No, this is fine. Yeah. Wow. I'm going to make this a raid Shiftry. Lonely Nature. 20 plus in every stat that it needs for be a physical attacker. What the fuck, dude? Holy shit. That's actually sick. Yeah, Night Slash, yeah. Wild comp Shiftry. That's sick. Hell fucking yeah. That's actually so insane. That's awesome. That's a new comp, dude. Nice. What the fuck is this Seviper? Is this a Rage Bait Seviper? It's Adamant, which gives it plus 10. And it's a 150th amazing breeder. Male breeder, by the way. for Dragon A group. But then it's a Seviper, so it's minus 15. This is a rage bait Seviper for the catch event, but an amazing, amazing breeder. I'm gonna mark this as like turbo noted. This is a fantastic breeder in the boxes, man. I'll take a 2x31 breeder any day of the week as a field A group. Male field A group. Hell fucking yeah, dude. Good catch, man. All right, I think the event just ended. I don't know if this catch will even count. That's okay. I have a chance at 4th place. I'm gonna go make sure I whisper Enzo, my king. Adamant. The Sevipers are rage baiting everybody. Like, again, like everybody's in like 150 adamant Sevipers, so it's like a huge points, and then minus 15 for Seviper. I'm gonna go grab my Seviper that gives me a chance at 4th place. I don't know if somebody beat it or not. Let's see how many Pokemon we caught. Our release box is full, and then our box 2. We caught a lot of Pokemon. Whoa, like more than I expected. We caught like 80 Pokemon in that event. Holy shit. Over 1 Pokemon a minute? I was expecting that to be a lot slower. Is my math wrong? That feels insane. Wow. Okay, let me find that one Seviper. Throw my Flex Corsola away for the time being. I think I named it 16, didn't I? I named it, I believe. Yep, okay. I like to name certain mons like that. Here it is for those who have not seen it. It's Rash Seviper. These are the stats. It's 31 minus 15 for the species bonus. So, but it's only a 31. I think it's unlikely this wins 4th place, but there is a chance. I think people are less likely to what's the word? Go for 4th place in this event because it's such a severe. Usually people like accidentally get 4th place, but in this you kind of have to like go for it by catching Sevipers. I think a lot of people may have not caught Sevipers. I'm gonna whisper it to him like this. Wait, did that work? You not whisper mods in the whisper window? My whisper went through here, but then I don't see it in the whisper window. Huh. Strange. Anyways, I'll hopefully see you guys with the catch event results and cross my fingers for 4th place. Some extra RP would be phenomenal. All right, I went ahead and I moved all the 1x31s over to this box. That included, what is this? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 at least 1x31s caught in this event. I think it's a little over odds, or like about, I don't know, maybe a little bit under, around odds. We did get the 2x31 Zangoose as well, which is about odds, about 1 in 78, I believe. Something like that. We caught about 80 Pokemon, so it makes sense. And then now we have this box of mons. Step 1 is look for all the 31s. Step 2 is sort by total IV. This is how I normally go through sort of my boxes. And then like, yeah, the C dot. So we got that competitive C dot. That's going to go over here to be EV trained. We got the one Seviper that was a great breeder. Where's that at? It was like a 150 something Seviper. Honestly, this is good as well. Pretty good. That Seviper had a 1x31, so it's already been moved actually. So now I just go through here and find out what's worth. Like, this is not worth keeping in my opinion. That'll get released. We just go through like the top mons. This is probably worth keeping. I'll move that over now so I don't forget. Just go through individually. This is arguable. I think this is worth keeping. It's Dragon A group and it's only missing the like defense stat. You would use it as a special attacker. Yep, I think it's worth keeping for sure in my opinion. Next up, same thing, worth keeping. Dragon A group, very good A group. Has defenses, but nothing else. Arguably worth keeping. Could be released. That one's tough. I'm going to keep it for now. I don't know if the Zangoose should get kept, though. Let's do this. Next up, Zangoose. Not worth keeping. That'll get released. And then usually, like, everything from here probably gets released. You basically go until you find the first one where you're like, okay, probably not worth keeping. And then usually, yeah, most of this is probably all release. I'm going to double check, but I feel pretty confident from this point. Let's go ahead and go for it. Release. It's a lot of Pokemon to release. It kind of hurts, but this is how it goes, man. This is life on the Ironman account. You got to preserve your space. Only one of them is considered high IV. Yep, release. Boom. Ah, rest in peace. Use them to breed for shiny chance. The problem is they're just not rares. It's not worth the 200 Pokeyen from the Pokeballs and like the time to hatch it. It's just not worth it. If I had a bunch of like male Sevipers, I could use them for like maybe some female Charmanders, but then I have 4 Charmanders. None of them are female. Like it's just not really, there's like maybe some value there, but I think it's faster and more efficient to just release them, sadly, even though it hurts to see. I'm with you, man. I totally get it, you know? All right, results are coming in, fellas. Gurzo said results are in. The first call is the most important one. I'm trying to move my webcam out of the way temporarily here. Oh, shit. Because 4th place is the most, I think it's the first one they call. That's the most important one. Let's see. In 4th place, yeah, I couldn't beat that. 7? I said it was possible I had a chance at 4th place, but unlikely. A 7? Dude, nice catch, Tarista. I will not be placing in this catch event, fellas, which makes sense. I was literally joking about, like, if I place in a 3rd catch event on the Ironman account within 3 months, people might fucking come for my ass. People might, you know, people are already like, oh, come on, but you've, you know, done 2, like, there, you know, it's okay. It makes sense. Good on him. I'm glad he won. Congrats to him. And then 3rd place, we have In 3rd place, we have Usain a Prout. I'm gonna call you Prout. Prout's a cool name. Prout with 178 for 3rd place. We expected these points to be higher. This makes sense because of all the different species bonuses. 2nd place, Hedoran with 179. Congratulations. And then in 1st place with a 190. Now, we expected higher scores. The jump from 3rd and 2nd being 178 to 179. Okay, regional. The jump from 2nd place to 1st place being 179 to 190 is crazy. Yes, 190 is an insane 1st place catch. Congrats to him. That is fucking nasty. That is a beautiful, beautiful catch. Congratulations. That is the Zangoose catch event over. Definitely a wild success. I still got a lot of great breeders, and congrats to everybody who placed in the event, and good luck next time on the upcoming Smearl event this Sunday at 1 p.m. ET. Okay, I was single encountering over here this location for a Haxorous. It should be a 5% lore spawn. I didn't realize Pupitar was here. Route 15 in Unova. I've never really came to this location, but I wanted to just like lazily go for a Haxorous while waiting for catch event results. This is kind of cool. I do already have everything in this species line. I didn't think I had that, to be fair. I wonder if this is worth catching, though. It's, like, pretty rare. I might go for a quick little, you know, roll some IVs towards a good Tyranitar. I do not have a good Tyranitar. I'd love to get one. I didn't know. That's weird. It's interesting. I wonder what I don't know what the percentage chance is here, but it'd be cool if this is, like, a good, like, single encounter shunt spot, because you have Haxorous kind of a times 3 horde, though, or times 5 horde. Yeah, split, I believe, so. Probably not amazing, but it's just cool to see a Pupitar in the wild. You don't see that a whole lot. All right, there's the Haxorous encounter I was going for. I should be able to catch this, breed it down into an Axew. I would love to like try to breed it up into a good Haxorous for a PvM Pokemon. But I should be able to catch this, breed it down to an Axew, level it up to a Fracture, and get 3 Pokedex entries just like that, which is nice. All right, got the Haxorous catch. For some reason, the clip bugged out for some reason. I was hoping for like 31 attack or 31 speed or like Adamant or Jolly Nature. Didn't get those. It was 31 speed def, but we did get the Haxorous catch, and that is good for our Pokedex. So now we can breed that down. It did come to the 1 times 31, to be fair. All the other stats were terrible. But now we have the Haxorous. We can breed it down into an Axew, get that, level up to a Fracture, and get 3 Pokedex entries just like that. Oh man, I almost never do this. I try to avoid this like the plague because I don't like making off-camera progress, but something happened, fellas. There was a really good swarm, okay, or an alpha swarm. There was a Drapion alpha swarm. I had to go get it. It was despawning in a few minutes, and I was on my laptop in the living room, and I was just busy with something else, busy with some IRL stuff. Couldn't make it over to my desktop, but I did end up getting, number one, like 2 really interesting hidden ability Pokemon. The hidden ability is not amazing. I did catch one of the baby Scorpies, and it happened to have hidden ability, so I just stopped there. So we did get a hidden ability Scorpy. Number one, that added Scorpy over to our Pokedex. I didn't have it before, and I also got a hidden ability access Drapion. I think the hidden ability is just worse, but it's still cool to have access to these Pokemon. Like maybe one day it'll be needed for like some sort of raid or something specific. So now we have those. We also got Drapion in our Pokedex because of that, and obviously a good bug aid group breeder, which is obviously always relevant. Yeah, sorry if I sound out of breath. I'm just running around, you know, taking out recyclables, trash, just cleaning up around the house before the wife gets home, trying to, you know, put a nice little, make my environment a bit nicer. Been pulling back a bit on working on streams to focus on that IRL, you know, grind and goals. It's crazy how many just little tasks you end up doing, especially if you're trying to live like a healthy life. Like I've been trying to go to the gym. I don't do a great job, but man, I really should be going to the gym every day, do a little bit of rowing, do a little bit of like full body exercise. Feels amazing. That's the boring IRL spiel. I know we're not here for that, but it's just one of those things. To be successful in games, to be successful in PokeMMO, you want to live a well-rounded life as well. So something I try to always preach is to play a ton of video games, but play them as healthily as you possibly can. That brings our OT Pokedex count up to 537. We made almost 0 Pokedex entries, Pokedex progress today. We just had other things to do today on stream, so didn't really get around to the Pokedex. I might do a little bit off camera today, or off stream, excuse me, not off camera. Hopefully no more off camera goals or, grinds, but I might do a little bit off stream, but I kind of doubt it. I feel like from this point, we're just looking to hang out, honestly, for the evening. But I don't know. I mean, I could see myself going to go catch a, know what I will do? I'll finish one more goal. I like the idea. That's a good way to, like, unlock my freedom to go do what I want to do for the rest of the evening. I'm going to go try to Frisk Thief 1 Lantern for a Deep Sea Scale, or at least get a Deep Sea Scale. If you don't know, this is like a really, really weird location. I'll just show you. It's over in Hoenn. It's pretty specific, and I believe it's one of the only ways, if not the best way, to go for a Deep Sea Scale that I need to evolve something for the Pokedex. Or to be, wait a minute, slow down, Petrowski. To be fair, I was going to go use I have 1 Deep Sea Tooth, and I could get 1 Deep Sea Scale, but that Deep Sea Scale is going to take me like 20 minutes to farm. Why don't I just go do a lore encounter? I feel like this has gotta be way better. Yeah, let's just go do this. Sinnoh Route 224 on the water. Okay, so we have a new problem in typical Iron Man fashion. I was heading over to Route 224 in Sinnoh, and I need a very specific thing done. I have to have the entire Sinnoh Dex seen. Now, I was about to, like, give up hope and just go to the Hoenn location. However, I only need 1 more Pokemon in the Sinnoh Dex, and it's a Finneon, which I have a Lumineon in my boxes right now. So if I go breed down one of the Lumineons I have, then I can see a Finneon, and then finally go to this location and go for a lore. It was either Gorobis or Huntail. I forget which one, but it's one of them, which both are important. All right, so here is the Finneon breed. I was going to initially keep this as some sort of, like, really mediocre breeder, but it's in the Water BA group, and it's just special attack and speed with Rash being the nature. I'm not so worried about it. I'd rather just clear my boxes and get a new Pokedex entry and unlock this next location. Now, while I'm waiting for this egg to hatch, I have a few things I can do in the meantime. So let's actually make some progress while our eggs are hatching instead of just sitting around. That's something I really need to get used to when it comes to egg hatching in PokeMMO. That was not the case for a very, very long time. But with incubators, the activity level of the game has changed a little bit. So this boomer's got to get moving. Now, I want to go ahead and go check out my honey trees. Remember how I planted those honey trees? I can go check them now. What I'm mostly looking for is a Cherubi or a Cherum. Apom Wurmple, not what I'm looking for. That's okay. I am going to re-put the honey on this one, but then just run away. I mean, this is also a shiny hunting method. I don't need either of these Pokemon, though. I'm not going to worry about that. This is the unfortunate part, I guess, of honey trees, where, like, a lot of the time it's just running into the thing, running away, wasting a bit of Pokeyen, but that's you're paying money for, like, these, like, rare-ish shunts, essentially, when doing honey trees. At least on a main account. On an Iron Man account, it's a bit less worthwhile. You're really just I'm really just looking for, like, that Cherubi spawn. We see a Munchlax and a Combee, 2 cool Pokemon, but I believe I don't need either of them. Do I need a Vespiquen? I don't. I already have a Vespiquen, so yep, I'm good. I can just run from those. It kind of hurts to run from those, but there it is. On to the next trees. Right, onto the 3rd tree. There we go. Beautiful. Exactly what you want to see. There is the Cherubi. So I can go ahead and kill the Silcoon, false hook the Cherubi, and then it'll give us 2 more Pokedex entries. And this is like the only way we could have gone for these. All right, there's the Cherubi catch. Really cute Pokemon, underrated Pokemon, a cool shiny to go for. That'll also give us obviously the option for the Cherum. There's a Starfberry. What the hell is a Starfberry? How does this thing evolve? Just a level up to level 25, so that should be a pretty easy Pokedex entry. I'm gonna go throw that in the PC over towards the Pokemon that need to be leveled up for Pokedex entries. Now, since we're still waiting for this egg to spawn for just a little bit, I'm going to go pick up a few more apricorns and start prepping those Pokeballs in the future. All right, you can meme on me all you want, but yes, I am using my very own apricorn farming guide to actually remember where the locations are, because yes, I may have made the guide, but I have no fucking idea. I do not remember where they are, so I'm going through step by step with my own video. You can call me a dork for that. It's a little silly. It feels silly, at least, that's for sure, but you know what? It makes sense. And it's helping me get my apricorns. That's what matters at the end of the day. Okay, getting to Route 224 is apparently much more of like a to-do than I realized. I'm actually following Gixmergen's guide on YouTube, who made a guide on this 3 years ago. Really cool guy, underrated content creator, Gixmergen on YouTube. I'm going to see, let's see, does this count? I think so. Does this unlock the... I've never done... I don't know if I've ever done this on my main account, unironically. That's so crazy. Wow. Yeah, that's so weird. I've never done this. Played this game for over 10,000 hours and I've never done this. That's insane. I mean, I've completed the Pokedex on the main account. I've just never come... must have never gone to Route 224. I don't know, man. So if you talk to this guy, once you have everything seen in the Sinnoh decks, he will upgrade your decks to National. I've done that before in other regions, sure. But now I can apparently, I believe, go access like a specific little location and get access to. This is all just for one Gorbis. What a like weirdly difficult Pokemon for the Pokedex. I kind of wish I did like one of the swarms now. I feel like there were Huntail and Gorbis swarms. What an amazing Pokemon to knock off, you know. Yeah, I could have gone to Hone Underwater as well, but I don't know. Now I just have this for the future. I thought this would be the easier strat. Maybe that was my mistake. So I believe now we can head back to this little Victory Road location and try to make our way towards Route 224. I might need to fog for this. Let me go grab that really quick just in case. All right, and I believe this is it. You basically need to unlock this little door. There's like a guy sitting here normally, similar to like Cerulean Cave. And if you unlock the ability, you can go ahead and head inside here. Let's see if this works. I need to buy more max repels as well. Running low on this. Okay, we run into a little area here. Maybe I have done this on the main account, actually. This looks familiar. Do I have to, like, guide this girl through here or something? This is, like, vaguely familiar. Maybe I came here for some catch event or something. Yes, I think I have done... Okay, it's been a long time. I've only ever done this once in Pokemon. What's this shiny hunt here? I'm just deathly curious. This guy's obviously here shiny hunting something specific. Ah, Gabite shiny hunt is here. Well... good luck to you on your hunt, Guzu. This is like inexplicably eerie. I don't know. There's something really weird about playing a game for so many hours and still just, I feel like a new player right now. I feel confused. I feel lost. I'm like, what's going on? I'm just like wandering through this cave, battling with this NPC I've only seen once before. All right, we have, I guess, got her to where she wanted to go. I don't know where that was, but we made it. I'm gonna go grab this Pokeball really quick before we leave this cave. It's a free nugget, sure. And then I'm hoping if we head out here, it'll give us Route 224. Okay, up the staircase, and then out here, we'll get Route 224. Beautiful. Okay, not so shabby. I'm going to head over to the water. I would like to dodge this trainer. I just fought so many trainers in a row. I'd like to take a little bit of a break. A free full heal is actually nice. Those are pretty rare. Is there water over here I can go to instead? Maybe that's just the strat. Head over to, like, this area. I bet you... I don't know if it matters. I'm going to have to fight this trainer for sure. But then I can head over here to the water. That's fine. We can do this. I was just trying to do one quick thing to earn my freedom for the evening. And instead, I think this took about an hour. It probably shouldn't have taken me an hour, but I had to do a fair bit of research into like how to actually get to the location, like what to do. You know, see my scene Pokedex, go breed the Finneon. Like I just had to do a lot of weird little things and a lot of research for this. But usually if I have to do a ton of research for something in PokeMMO, that probably means that I need to make a video on it. But the problem is I'm really bad at storyline stuff and I'm really bad at logging stuff like this. So maybe one day in the future, we'll do a proper video on this. But for now, I'm just going to go ahead and do it for my own benefits. Go ahead and pop a lure, lead my Breloom up front, and then I should be able to find a Gorbis here at about 20 or so encounters on average. I should be able to get encounters here. I'm not getting anything. Is this water not encounterable for some reason? No, surely not. It might not be. What? Is this water broken or bugged, or can I just not? Because yeah, there's no way. No. There's no way the encounter rate is that low. I almost did an entire lore with 0 encounters. That seems egregious. I might try a different location. Surely that's not normal, right? Okay, maybe that was just really unlucky. Strange. Oh shit, I did just find a PP Max. That's actually phenomenal. That is straight up one of the rarest resources I've like had to like juggle with on the Iron Man. One day I'll be able to actually craft them consistently, but I haven't gotten to that stage of the game quite yet. All right, I was a little worried it wasn't even going to be here, but there we go. That really wasn't too bad. Probably took about 10, 15 encounters maximum. Gonna catch this thing hopefully pretty quickly. False Swipe Spore into a netball. All right, I feel like this has got to catch off one netball. Surely can't be too crazy, but I mean, it is high level. It was, you know, it was doing some damage to me. It was chunking me with those psychics. There we go. 73% HP on myself. Gorbis caught, and I can just go for the Huntail as well. I was gonna call that my freedom, but you know what? We gotta earn it even more, fellas. We can head over to Canalave City really quick, take a boat up to Iron Island, get myself a nice little Huntail caught. That'll be more Pokedex entries. That'll be 541 here. That's like 60-ish Pokemon left, fellas. It's been a fucking journey, man. It has been quite a journey. It's just one of those like passive, like big real goals on a Pokemon account to complete your Pokedex, and we're getting there, dude. Don't you dare tell me that this is how you have to do it. Water, Sinnoh, Iron Island lore. Are you telling me? No fucking shot. You have to surf on this little dollop of water and just run back and forth. That's horrible. You have to run back and forth between like 2 tiles. You have no root. That's so funny. Honestly, I feel like there should be more locations like this in PokeMMO that the punishment is like the low tiles. That's actually hilarious. It's fucked up, but it's funny. Like that, dude, that's fucked up. Try to grind here? Oh, what a nightmare. I'll go for a Huntail. That's funny, though. Dude, this sucks. This like really fucking sucks. This is making me realize how good we have it whenever we single encounter hunt. Like, I'm sorry to be dramatic, but like, holy fucking shit. This is like the worst single encounter spot I've ever been at in all of PokeMMO in 10,000 hours. I've never done this before. I might just go grab the Clam Pearl. I have 1 Deep Sea Tooth. I might just go use it. I'm going to be so honest. I could go payday pick up for a new one over at Dragon Spiral Tower. I feel like I'd straight up rather payday pick up for an hour at Dragon Spiral Tower for 1 tooth, which I know I'll get more than that, than sit here for 5 more minutes. So we're gonna go use our tooth. I'm sorry, man. That was horrible. That like, it hurts your fingers. You're like constantly pressing versus like the long strokes. That was brutal, man. Okay. Oh, screw that. Thankfully, I don't have to, you know, I'm lucky I have the tooth, you know? Let's go grab Let's go grab a little Clam Pearl fellow right here. Let's go grab the tooth. We saw it there for a quick sec. Tooth. Boom. All right. And this should be Huntail. Imagine this is Doribus. How fucking like nightmarish that would be. Nope. This should be Huntail. We should be good. Show it to me. Oof. Okay. Beautiful. Another Pokemon knocked off. A really complicated, weird Pokedex entry. I like doing these weird ones off stream. You know, give more time to focus and to figure out how to research how to do these little weird Pokemon. Like that would, I can't imagine doing that on stream. The Gorbis Huntail thing, that was weird as hell. And the sad part is I think I should go ahead and release these Pokemon. I don't think I need these for anything. I don't think I can justify the PC space / they're worth to keep. Just not worth it. Same with this Seviper. I was keeping this from the catch event earlier. Nope, don't need it. Not worth it. Just gonna release it now. And then this Pupitar and this Haxorous, these do have some IVs, so these will get kept. Probably going to release this Scorpy really quick as well. It has hidden ability access, which is cool, but not cool enough to warrant keeping it. It's not that relevant of a hidden ability, as well as I just needed it for the Pokedex. That's mostly why I caught it. All right, and I was doing that to unlock my freedom, but my wife's not home, so I still want to keep playing the game that I enjoy. So you know what? It turns out I just actually have fun playing Pokemon. I'm not just locked in here in a jail. So I'm going to go ahead and do a quick little evolution. I need to put my XP Reamplifier on. Whoopsie, I forgot to do that. Put an XP shot on this as well. I'm going to level up this Nose Pass near a magnetic field, which thankfully all of Chargestone Cave counts as that. If you ever see that on a Pokemon, I feel like it's one of those like, oh, fuck, where's that at? Some specific spot. No. Just head over to Chargestone Cave. The entire cave counts as a magnetic field, so it's honestly the easy way out there. Back when the game was only Kanto, you'd have to run over to the power plant or whatever, certain locations. But let me go ahead and put on my XP Reamplifier really quick. It should be plenty of XP. I grabbed a level 1 Nose Pass from my PC. That's just a 2x31 breeder, so just gonna use it really quick to get myself a Probo Pass. I do not have a Probo Pass in the Pokedex. That's a quick, nice, easy little entry. And then I'm kind of just looking around, like seeing what entries I could go for, sort of thing. So just kind of casually having no timer, no stress, no fire under my butt, you know, just having fun, going through things slow and steady. Exceldor is going to be an interesting one. I could go for that off stream. The Lore Darkgrass Exceldor. It's a weird one because that one needs a trade, right? So you have to go wild catch that one. You cannot evolve that. We've got the Axew line set up. Golett and Golurk is interesting. I love this Pokemon. Love this shiny hunt. This would be a fantastic shunt to go for on the Ironman account. That'd be a cool one to go for. Little Golett, Golurk shiny. The problem is, so hidden ability Golurk, actually one of the best utility Pokemon in PokeMMO. A lot of people don't know that. When it released, it was a big deal, and a lot of people remembered that. So Golurk gets this ability, No Guard, which operates the same way Illuminate does. There's a Pokedex entry, by the way, kind of ignoring that, but there it is, 542. So it gets the ability No Guard, and that gives it 10% increased, gives you 10% increased wild encounters when Golurk leads your party. Now, Golurk is also a ghost type, so that allows him to escape Pokemon with Arena Trap and Shadow Tag and things like that, and kind of do like kind of get away with some other things, right? I think he can always flee as well. Like, there's some niche. It's very interesting. Very, very nichely, Golurk ends up being the best single encounter shiny hunting Pokemon in the entire game. Just barely, just for things like, it matters for like Ruin Valley. If you want to go shunt for like Yanma / Jolteon is down there at Ruin Valley in Kanto. In the shunt there, you get Wobbuffets. You run into Wobbuffets via single encounter, so if you want to do that, you used to have to use a runaway Raticate and just give up the 10% increase single encounters. Nowadays, you could use a hidden ability Golurk. The only problem is if I wanted to shiny hunt a Golurk to be able to use it for that purposes, which I would want to do honestly, I'd have to turn in one of my shinies, probably my Tentacruel or one of my Tentacruels or my Ponyta or something like that, so that I could actually get Prismatic Pearls to switch over the hidden ability. So maybe one day we'll go for that, but that is we're just kind of shooting the shit at this point. That's a long-term task. There's a Pokedex entry on the Probo Pass, and I think I just heard my wife walk through the door, so I'll probably see you guys tomorrow morning for Thursday's final stream of the week. Alright, I lied. I think I'm just in one of those moods where I want to work on PokeMMO regardless of everything because I'm just so interested, dude. I want to complete this Pokedex. We're at 542 out of 604. I can't think, you know? It's like when I was super dry on Legendaries. When I was super dry for Zapdos and Articuno, I was like, how could I do anything else right now aside from just, you know, finish up that hunt? So I'm going to go for another Pokedex entry. I'm going to go grab my Smeargle really quick, and we're going to go for a quick Frillish encounter. I need to get a Frillish and then evolve that into a Jellicent. It would be a fantastic competitive Pokemon to have one day down the road, but I'm just going to work on the Pokedex encounter first things first. Should be a super easy encounter, though. If you don't know, you can actually shiny hunt Frillish over here. It's a fantastic shiny that I super recommend going for. I do want to go ahead and have it's actually one of the, weirdly harder Pokemon to catch in terms of how I catch it, if that makes sense. I'm probably just going to go ahead and quick ball one. The reason being, hopefully get a single encounter one. You can time swipe forward, the wild time swipe forward. Not a shiny, they just have different colors based on their gender. One of the easiest, like, eyeball baits when shiny hunting on stream. A lot of people get faked out, understandably so. And, but so, some of them are going to have water absorb. I think, well, most of them have water absorb. Let's go double check. The problem is, they're a ghost water type. So ideally, you want to soak them to be able to... Let's see if we can even try it here. Let's try. This one does not have water absorb, so we got lucky. Some of them have water absorb, right? And if they have water absorb, I believe soak doesn't even work. So if they have water absorb, you can't soak them. You can't false swipe them. You can spore them and then just hope for the best. But now that we soaked this puppy, we can go ahead, false swipe spore it, get it done on 1 HP. Should be a really easy catch. And then we'll eventually XP train it up for the final Jellicent Pokedex entry. We are getting more and more stored entries right now towards our Pokedex, and that feels pretty darn good, not gonna lie. All right, here's the catch. I would love some good IVs on this thing. Any bulk, special attack stats. Like, honestly, that's pretty darn good. 24 plus in 3 of the stats that you need, plus 29 in Sp.atk and speed. This could absolutely be bred up using some Dittos or other Pokemon. That's honestly very happy with that. I'm gonna head back to my PC really quick, get that sorted. I might want to go organize like a super quick breed. You know, let's head over here actually. I'm gonna go organize like a super quick breed for that one weird Haxorous I have. I just need to breed that down to an Act 2 anyway for the Pokedex. Might as well go ahead and do it now so I can, once again, I'm trying to basically prep a bunch of Pokedex entries via XP training, and then maybe tomorrow on stream. I think tomorrow on stream my goal is to hard focus on the Pokedex. I think I might skip my gym run, to be honest with you. I want to just hard focus on it. So that might be the goal. And if that's the goal, let's go find that Haxorous. I want to go ahead and do that breed now. And then that way, I'll have that done. And we can go ahead and just XP train up the Axew into a Fracture, etc., on stream. So it is just a 31 Sp.def Haxorous. Not something you would normally care about. It's kind of awkward. But you know what? Since we have it, I don't want to just waste it. Like, you arguably could kind of waste it, honestly. Like, Haxorous is such a frail Pokemon. You just don't really need the bulk. And generally what you want to do is you want to go 31 attack, 31 speed, and then either Adamant or Jolly, usually Adamant, and just use it in PvM. This thing can be, I want to say it can be a menace in PvP, but it's just so frail. It's so frail that it's hard for it to really be a menace. If you set up a Dragon Dance with this thing, you're gonna go bonkers. You know, don't get me wrong. The 147 attack is ridiculous. This thing's strength is how hard it hits. However, it also probably just dies to like a choice band Dragonite hitting extreme speed with like, you know, so like that's the other thing. Like Dragonite's kind of just better is kind of the problem with Haxorous. You get the flying typing, you get different alternatives. Haxorous is like a very predictable Pokemon. it can't really do a whole lot that's super spicy. I'm going to make it female so I can breed it up in the future if I want to. Get myself that Axew, just level it up for the Pokedex. We'll worry about, I would love to have a good PvM Haxorous. They are nice. They were meta one time. One time, Haxorous was meta during a specific Christmas event, fun fact. During a Christmas event, you had to, during like the very last Elfbot event, which was, I believe 2 or 3 years ago, and they actually teased about possibly bringing back the Elfbots this year, so keep an eye out for that. But you used to actually bring in just a few of your Pokemon, your own Pokemon, into the Elfbot, and the best one was Haxorous, just for raw damage. So yeah, it's always cool to reminisce on what Pokemon were meta in Pokemon at one time or another, and honestly, like, it's pretty cool to think about. My favorite part about Pokemon is how many things get to be meta, right? Like, how many things. Every Pokemon's different. Every Pokemon, it's somebody's favorite. Like, somebody's favorite Pokemon is Mightyena. Somebody's favorite Pokemon is Slakoth, Vigoroth, Masquerain. Like, I think it's so freaking cool that somebody out there loves all these Pokemon. It's so neat to me. But, and I think it's really cool to see, like, as many of them as possible become meta, even though they are all so different and may not be that good. And I just think it's kind of cool, you know, kind of neat. All right, speaking of a weird little Pokemon I can get some benefit out of for the Pokedex, I need to evolve a Duskull into a Dusclops and then a Dusknoir. Now, I could just go ahead and, you know, take this Duskull and level it up or whatever, do that with, and not worry about it. Or I could breed this Duskull into a proper competitive Pokemon and then take it from there. This Duskull was caught in the wild at level 30, right? Now, I have this Ralts over here. The problem is I don't know if I'll fully get this thing ready to go. To be fair, I would need nature, but I can at least make this thing an absolute beast. Okay, let me show you how. I have this random perfect Ralts. Was this caught? This was, wow, these are both wild caught. Okay, that's really cool because this Ralts is really, really beautiful. I'm gonna go ahead and do this. Get the defense brace. No, that's the one brace I didn't need. Wait a minute. Special defense brace and the HP brace. I'm going to put the HP brace. It's okay. If you ever buy the wrong brace, almost on any type of account, whether you're a main account, Ironman account, whatever, you'll eventually use it. There's really no, like, actual big deal about buying the wrong brace. One day you'll use the 10K, but here we go. I'm going to get a 20 plus attack, 31 HP, 31 defense, 3 times 31 in all the defenses, which is easily the most important thing. I kind of almost want to pay for this to come out in a luxury ball, but it depends how the nature comes out. So we are going to have to randomly roll the nature. I would love some sort of plus defense minus speed. This is like a bulky, like slower mon most of the time. Dusknoir, I think base that speed is like 45. Dusclops is like, they're both around that, I believe. Dusknoir has like 100 base attack. He actually can do some decent damage with his attack. Dusclops is actually a better Pokemon. You end up going Dusclops most of the time because it's just bulkier. And that's what you really care about. Like, you get Eviolite Dusclops, which is really powerful. However, I like the idea of going for Dusknoir. And specifically, Dusknoir can be a utility Pokemon. So even if this thing is, like, terrible for PvP, I can still use it as a utility Pokemon, frisk thieving fossils. It's actually one of the best Pokemon to bring to fossil hunting because it has frisk and it's super tanky. So, regardless, I'll get some good use out of this Dusknoir. All right, but our Axew came out. Shouldn't be anything, like, interesting about this. It's just going to be a 2x31 Axew. Yeah, nothing peculiar. Just going to put that over there to level up. That is a Pokedex entry, though. The Axew was new. That's 544. All right, next up, while we're waiting for that, what was the Duskull egg to hatch, I'm going to head over to a Celio spot. I think I know of a Celio spot over in Sinnoh really quick. This actually was a Pokemon that I shiny hunted at one point, and I almost ran away from it. I was watching anime, and I got it in a horde. Oh, wrong location. Whoopsie. And I got it in a horde, and I had my settings incorrect. I had my settings on sound, mute audio when window unfocused. Never select this. This is how you lose a shiny as a shiny hunter. If the new update, which I say new update, but it's like a 3-year-old update at this point, but if there wasn't that update that made it so whenever you tried to run from a shiny, it gave you a confirmation saying, hey, you're about to run from a shiny. Are you sure you want to do that? Without that, I definitely would have ran from that Celio, and I would have lost a shiny. So shout out to that. That was one of the best quality of life updates ever, man. I'm going to go ahead and clear out this Celio horde and just catch one of these fellas. Should be pretty, they're kind of high level, but it should be pretty easy. This is a Pokemon that I do not have, hilariously, in my decks. Just kidding. I thought it was going to be easy. I might actually die. Oh, I'm definitely dead. Yo, they do way more damage than I expected. Wait, I lived barely? Wait, that's crazy. That's wild. They did so much more damage. I'm going to seed bomb the level 52 one then. I was going to catch that one, but Yeah, no thank you. They're doing so much damage, and I only lived because that one blizzard missed, but thankfully, it's like a 70% accuracy there, to be fair. Yeah, down goes the Breloom. Thankfully, I do have my Pikachu in the back. I'm going to bring him in and Thunderbolt a lot of these fellas. All right, this should be the catch. I can't imagine a world where this does not work. Hoping for I mean, I'll take a decent IV. Why not for a breeder? I think it's in like the water AA group. I believe it should be in a good A group, and it's a male breeder. Water AN field, 2 of the most common and good A groups, same A group as Dragonite. No stats. That's okay. You can only hope for so much. Ooh, that's so good. That's exactly what I asked for. Oh, that's perfect, dude. Oh, that's amazing. Sassy plus Spadef minus speed, dude. That's sick. To be fair, there's a lot of natures I could roll there. Anything like impish, anything minus a Sp.atk plus a defense. But like I literally said like plus any of the defenses. Ideally defense, but this is still really good. Like any of the plus defenses minus speed is just, oh, gorgeous. I'm gonna be honest. I want to turn this into a Dusknoir, but I almost feel bad. I feel like it should be a Dusclops. But I need one for Pokedex. I could go Wild Catch one in Turnback Cave, which is really that's where you fossil farm in Sinnoh, which is kind of funny. Interesting. That's a really good Pokemon. I'm gonna have to EV train that. We have a lot of mons to EV train in our boxes, but that's what you want. You want to stock up a ton of different mons to EV train because it's more efficient to EV train a bunch of mons all at once. The Celio I can just release though. Don't need that after that. This will get moved over to our comps box, and I think that Clamperl as well. I thought about releasing this, but it's kind of a difficult Pokemon to get. I'm gonna keep it around for now in the box. I'm not gonna lie, being this close to the Pokedex is really invigorating me. I feel super energetic, super like, and that's when you want to take advantage of that. If you feel motivated for something, just take advantage of it, man. You don't always have that motivation in life, and the older I get, the more I learn that where if I feel that feeling, just go for it. I'm gonna go for these 3 mons. The Golett, and I can evolve that into Golurk. Ponyard, I know all these different locations in Unova, so let's just go do all this, heal up and go do all those. All right, here is our Golett catch for the Pokedex. That's 1 out of the 3 we're going for right now. Let me see the IVs. The genderless Pokemon, so these can only breed between each other. I'll take a 31 speed Golett. Golurk could be a good niche like ground ghost. I did use this in 1 raid at one point, I believe. It's a very specific, there's not many ghost ground type. It might be like the only one or one of 2 if I recall. Yeah, I believe Golurk is the only ghost ground type Pokemon in all of PokeMMO. The only other one is a later gen Pokemon called Runerigus. I'll have to show you guys this one. I'm not super familiar with this fella. Yes, I do play an older style and older school version of Pokemon, and a lot of people ask me like, oh, is it because you like hate new Pokemon? And honestly, that's not the case at all. I dislike a lot of the shiny balancing and like balancing of newer games, but I actually think a lot of Gen 6 plus Pokemon design is kind of overhated. I love a lot of Gen 6 plus Pokemon, things like Hawlucha, things like Avalugg, things like Tinkaton, things like Lechonk in later generations. But then you do end up with stuff like this, and I'm not even saying it's bad. I'm just saying when I see this, I'm overwhelmed and confused. I do like the eyeball and the face itself, but I don't know if I love the like connections in the hands. There's something cool in theory here, but don't love this personally, not for me. And there is Bouffalant. Fun fact, Bouffalant, it used to be, I don't know if it still is, but it used to be one of my top 10 favorite Pokemon. Underrated Pokemon, really interesting stats, and really interesting usage in competitive play, because it would get Sap Sipper as like this, you wouldn't expect that. So I used to run this old strategy, I've talked about it before, but back when the top 3 Pokemon in NU at the time were Blaziken, Venusaur, this is prior to Chlorophyll, Blaziken, Venusaur, and Rotom. And what I would do is I would run a Quagsire Bouffalant core on a lot of my teams, because what would happen is you would switch in Quagsire into Blaziken, and then in response, your opponent would switch in Venusaur. Now, my Quagsire was built in a very specific way where I could Earthquake into the Venusaur, and Venusaur actually takes neutral damage from ground types because it's a grass and a poison. So I would Earthquake into the Venusaur, usually do about 52% damage, and my opponent would obviously click Giga Drain in response. And then on the Giga Drain, so I basically like switch in the Quagsire on the perfect, which is a perfect counter to Blaziken unless they're running HP Grass, which did happen occasionally. That would suck, but it is what it is. So you'd switch that in on the Blaziken, and then you would switch out to your Bouffalant on the the Giga Drain from the Venusaur, and then you would get a Sap Sipper charge, which boosts your attack if you're hit by a grass type attack, and it gives you an immunity. So it was this really cool like 5D chess bait. It was one of my proudest, honestly, moments in I want to say PokeMMO PvP especially, because I really feel like I developed a very niche strategy that countered a really specific metagame, and I was pretty happy with that. So I'm here for Pondurd, but there's a Garbodor encounter. I would love to get that for the Pokedex. I love getting Pokedex encounters like this passively, dude. That is awesome. All right, there's the Garbodor catch. Wasn't expecting to get that, but there we go. That counts as a Pokedex entry. What are we up to now? We're just passively, and we have so many stored. I don't even know the number. Wow, and a 1x31. I've got a lot of 31 breeders back to back all of a sudden. What the hell? There we go. Okay, 548, man. We have a lot stocked up. I feel like we have at least. We can try to go through and count. Let me see if I can figure this out really quick. Dude, I'm drinking a little bit of a peach margarita, so sorry if I'm a little bit slower, but we have 1, 2, 3. We don't have this stocked. 3, 4, 5, 6. We have that. 7, 8 if we count Dusknoir, but we'll get to that in a quick sec. 9, we do have a Staraptor. 10, we do have this stocked up. We could do a Roserade. That's potentially 11, but not 1,000%. 12, we do have the Cherrim ready to go. Don't have any of these. We have a Chimetra that could be potentially 13. I'm going to count on the high end. We already counted this. We do have a Samurott to evolve down into a Oshawott. That's 14. My math right? I do have the 15. Oh my goodness. 16. I do have this as well. This would be, I have to go catch one of these. 16. I think I have one of these to evolve. That's 17. Yeah, I probably should. I might also be able to catch one right now. Yeah, this is actually right over here in the jar. I might be able to catch one right now really quick. But that's like 17, 18, I think. I might have lost track of the numbers, so excuse me. 18, 19, 20. No fucking shot. Really? 20? And then if I catch a Ponyard, I'll have 21 with the Bisharp? Oh my goodness. Wait, I have so many Dex entries stored. 604, let's say minus 20. 584 minus 548. Dude, we have like 36 Pokemon left to catch. That's wild. This is happening so fast. That's so sick. I love the storage system. It's just such a nice, like, delayed gratification style of thing. Like, storing the Pokedex entries, that feels really fun. Now, I'm going to head over to the Dark Grass. I think you can get Pondurd, Gothitelle. You get double encounters here, so you just get, like, more rolls at things. It's better to single encounter, I believe, in the Dark Grass over here if you want a shiny hunt, if I recall correctly. I'm going to catch a quick Gothorita. I think I have one in my PC, but just in case, I do need to evolve one into a Gothitelle. So if I want to catch a quick shitty one to level it up for Pokedex, that's what I'm doing that for. And then right after we got the Pondurd encounter, hell yeah, that'll be a new Pokedex entry, and then I can go ahead and store a Bisharp encounter for later as well. All right, there's the Pondurd catch. Nothing special, but it'll get the job done. I also think that I might have a Dwebble in my PC, and if I do, I could evolve that into Crustle, and that's another stored Dex entry. I'm going to go check that really quick. I'm going to go ahead and release the Bouffalant because I don't need that, unfortunately, but let's check for that. Dwebble? How do you spell that? D-W... Yup, just like this. Beauty. Yeah, we have multiple Dwebbles. It's kind of hilarious. Yeah, I thought we had... I remember breeding the 2x31 one specifically. I'm going to grab the worst one. You know, it doesn't really make a difference, but we'll pull that over here. All right, that's cool. We have a look at all these stored Mons right here. And this is not including like all the Mons we have over in our comp spots. A lot of things need EV training and XP training before we can actually get them as Pokedex entries. All right, speaking of Pokemon to EV train, I feel like this is the perfect time to go ahead and just go do that. I'm just kind of hanging out, chilling out, drinking a little bit of Marg. So I'm just going to go do some EV training. I've got 5 Pokemon on me to fully EV train up. And that includes a mild Starmie that is just 28 Sp.atk and 28 speed. That'll make a fantastic PvM Pokemon. A Water Spout, specifically, I'm going to move that up to the very, very top. A Water Spout Modest Squirtle, 25 Sp.atk, 31 speed. I'm going 2v2 Sp.atk, 2v2 speed on all of these Pokemon. Next up, we have this Porygon, 4x31. I'm going to EV train it for now. Like, eventually, I'm probably going to make this a 5x31 and actually just breed it down. But for now, I think it's totally fine to use it as is. We also have this Togepi that is timid, 31 defense, and then 26 plus in every other stat. Feeling pretty good about that. And then this Trapinch. Well, I'm so happy with this. This will once again be a future raid Heatran Pokemon, most likely, which it just feels surreal. I think it's the first one that I've actually been able to truly make. And I've been eyeing up Pelipper's. I've been trying to keep track of Pelipper stats and like keep track of that for a while. I just haven't found one worth doing. So I'm going to head over to Heatmore, up to Heatmore in Unova. I love this spot as a special attacking EV training location. It's fantastic for a really cool shiny. Shiny Heatmore is awesome. If you have not seen it, check it out. And hopefully I will see you guys when I'm just fully done. I'm probably going to go Heatmore into Rapidash and just get max experience as well as good EV train locations, and I'll see you guys when all 5 of these mons are fully EV trained, or see you tomorrow morning. All right, I finished it up. 252 special attack and speed EVs on all 5 of these Pokemon. 5 new Pokemon fully EV trained. That feels pretty good. Now, the only thing is this Togekick needs to be a Togekiss. I need a shiny stone for that. I think I have 1 shiny stone, but I'm in no rush for this. I might as well just wait and hold it for the time being. The Blastoise needs to be XP trained tremendously. The Porygon, there's no reason to evolve quite yet. The Vibrava needs to be leveled up into a Flygon. I'm kind of just hanging out and chilling. Nothing really super, and I don't really know what to do, honestly, from this point. I'm asking myself, do I want to go XP train these Pokemon? Do I want to save that for on stream? I think I want to save it for on stream, but do I also really want to go, like, do a bunch of single encounters right now? No, it's 11:30 p.m. I kind of want to hang out and chill. I'm trying to figure out what I should do, essentially. I'm looking at Roselias I have over my boxes because I do actually need to get a Roserade for my Pokedex, and I was looking at these things, and you know what? I might be able to just go ahead and breed myself a pretty decent Roselia out of the ones that I have. We got this one that is 25 plus in almost every stat. It's got a 14 defense. I think the defense is just going to take the hit here. I don't need an amazing Roserade. I just want something like Roserade was used in raids, I believe, like last year, like pretty, well. So I'm going to go ahead and get myself a Roserade prepared. It's actually good to have Sweet Scent, if I recall correctly, in raids, because it lowers evasion and allows you to hit things like Fire Blast with way more accuracy. So if I go ahead and put an Everstone on, not that one, Everstone on this Roserade, did I put on the wrong? Yeah, that was the timid one. And then I special defense brace this one. We should have a good breed. Another special attacking breed, which is kind of funny. We'll have to EV train this later as well. Those will come out timid, which is not amazing for PvM, but it's still usable. 20 plus HP, 14 defense is the downside, 25-ish special attack, 30 speed def, 25 speed, and then, yeah, the correct nature. I'm going to make it female, so if I ever want to rebreed it in the future, I can. I'm going to go ahead and go through with this. Just another Pokemon I can get for the Pokedex, but also breed up a good one at the same time. And then next up, that reminds me of the same exact thing. I need a good Deino. And I was actually looking at Deino. I think I used to say Deino, and someone corrected me and said it's actually Deino. But now everybody yells at me and says it's Deino. So tell me how to say this Pokemon. I don't know. I'll say it wrong anyway. I need 2 of these. So I think I've heard murmurs. I don't even know if it's true. I've heard murmurs that physical Hydreigon was actually meta, either for hard mode pumpkin last year or something like that. And then normal special attacking Hydreigon with like Draco Meteor, Dark Pulse, is meta for other raids. So I kind of need 2 different Hydreigons, possibly one that is physical and one that's special. I think that one of those versions of Hydreigon is meta during pumpkin, but only for the hard mode boss. I haven't done the hard mode boss very much, so that's something I'm going to have to learn. And the best thing I can do here is basically just go catch dinos. Like, it's pretty hard to go wrong just catching some dinos, trying to get some good IV ones, and see what happens. So I'm going to go ahead and go do that. And then if I get bored of that, or if I find some good dinos, I'll move over to Dittos. And that way I can try to farm some Dittos, as well as maybe go for like Raikou chance or a legendary chance at the same time. Okay, I don't know what I was thinking about. Before the record, there was no physical Hydreigon, at least that I could find for the pumpkin hard mode strat. Most of the pumpkin hard mode strats from last year seem to use this Gothitelle, Aerodactyl, Tyranitar, Crocodile set, but honestly, I am going to have to build this. I'm going to have to do pumpkin hard mode for sure, so this has to be added to the docket. It feels a little rough to add even more PvM Pokemon to the to-do list, but hey man, that's what it's all about, All right, well, more passive Pokedex progress. This is a really, really big one, dude. I was just smashing some rocks because they're available over in this little Victory Road area where I was farming for Deino, and one of the Bouldors that I caught from the rock smash, I was quick balling them in case of that fossil chance, and we got one, dude. We got a plume fossil. I believe that is for Archon, if I'm not mistaken. That's like one of the most important ones that I need, straight up, like unironically. I have to do a lot of rock smashing. If you haven't seen, there's a lot of fossil Pokemon that I need. I need both of the fossil mons in Sinnoh, which consists of Rampardos and Bastiodon. I'll have to go farm there. And the only way to get fossils in PokeMMO, if you aren't familiar, is to rock smash rocks in their respective region, and then there's like a small chance for them to have a fossil, like a 20%, like a decent chance to see a fossil on those spawns, to be fair. But yeah, if I want the like Sinnoh fossils, I have to go to Sinnoh. If I want the Unova fossils, I have to go to Unova. I actually caught a Woobat as well. I didn't show that, but I caught a Woobat because I need a Swoobat evolution, and that's a happiness evolution, so that'll be a little bit of a pain in the butt, but I do have that. I'm synchronizing with a modest Kadabra, trying to get myself a good Deino, and hopefully I'll see you guys with a good little dinosaur catch at some point. All right, this is definitely my last dino for the night. It's a little past midnight. I'm exhausted. It is modest. It has 31 defense. That's pretty cool, but nothing really else going on. The high HP is nice, but that's it. We caught I can show you guys the best dino. I did catch one that was like quite good that I kind of just glossed over. And that was this dino right here. It's Lonely Nature. Ah, you know what it was? I'm just so tired. I saw the stats in the wrong places. This is not good at all. It's missing the defenses. I thought this was 20 plus and everything except for like defense and attack, but no, I'm just blind as a bat because I'm exhausted. So on that note, I'm gonna go get some sleep, and I'll see you guys tomorrow to hopefully push as close as I can to completing the Pokedex. I don't think it'll happen tomorrow. That would be pretty ludicrous. Maybe if I did like an all-day thing, maybe, but even then I doubt it. I'm betting it'll be like a Friday, Saturday sort of sitch. Alrighty, fellas, welcome to the Ironman account. We're starting a beautiful Thursday, the final day of the stream week, and it's going to be a really, really big day today. We actually just caught an alpha Mantine. Modest Nature is exciting. Let's see how this thing turned out. It's almost like, wow, it's almost like competitive ready, but it needs the HP. The HP is really important on this Pokemon. Really decent base HP stat, and needs that bulk. This is like one breed away, though. It's female as well. This could be turned into a competitive Mantine, which, like, I believe it's usually played in NU. Yeah, NU Rain. Or just NU as a tank Pokemon, honestly, is totally viable with that water absorb. Yeah, okay. So that's a cool little alpha catch. Pretty happy with that. The order of business today is just Pokedex entries. Okay? That's all I care about. I have 550 OT Pokemon. I'm skipping my gym run, at least for now. I might do my gym run later if I have like more Pokemon to XP train. That actually could be like a pretty fair way to do that and still make like a lot of progress towards the deck. So I might XP train while doing gym run, we'll see, and just focus the XP training for over the Pokedex even being gained. But I mean, in a dream world, I finish the Pokedex today. I don't think that's going to happen, but in a dream world, that's what happens, okay? I'm just going to try my best, see how it goes, and I'm going to go ahead. It's a little early. My brain's a little foggy, but I could honestly feel worse. I'm going to go do something very strange. I'm going to head over to Sinnoh. I'm going to head over to Send Off Spring. I'm going to head all the way over to Turnback Cave, and I'm going to start. I'm being a little greedy, a little risky. I'm going to start today by trying to fossil farm a Stall fossil and the, whatever it's called, the Shield fossil for Shieldon. I'm going to try to go for those fossil mons. The fossil mons are some of the hardest ones I have left. So we're just going to hope. We're going to hope that's not too bad. There also might be a better spot. Let me research really quick. Okay, yes. I actually am going to go ahead and use this spot. This is the old spot that I actually used to use to fossil farm for profit. It's not as good as Turnback Cave, but it's almost as good. It's not quite as good. You have less rocks. But I just need one of each fossil. I don't need to like sit here and farm for profit constantly, right? So I am north of Jubilife City. I'm gonna head in here. There's a bunch of rocks you can smash in here. Not as many, not as infinite as Turnback Cave, but you can go ahead and do this. I have my first Thief Pokemon, and basically I'm just going to smash these rocks until I find a Pokemon, get a Frisk, and then I'm gonna Thief them and hope it's, there we go. No way I get a Stall fossil this fast, right? No shot. Give me like one of the, give me one of the fossils. Not like I mean, Everstones would be fine, honestly. On the Iron Man, I love the Everstone stacking. Skull fossil first rock smash. That's perfect. It's beautiful, dude. That gets me the Cranidos. And Cranidos is actually a relevant PvM Pokemon, both physical and special attacking, depending on what locations. That's such a perfect first rock smash. If I get the second fossil on the second encounter, you guys can, yeah, you guys can say that I'm hacking, streamer luck. Yeah, secret dev. Bro, I'm not beating, this Iron Man series has made me realize I'm not beating the allegations. What's up, signing for the prime? Okay, no Frisk there. I am tis but a humble normal man, normal player. I'll see you guys hopefully with the next fossil. Oh yeah, Pat, did you see that someone got an egg shiny in the Iron Man team? No. Is this the world first egg shiny right here, the Skitty? This has got to be world first, right? Dude, that's insane. That's like hard to believe. That's one of the biggest. That might be. Wow, I'm just sitting here like stunned. Damn, congratulations. I'm not even gonna lie. That might be the first Iron Man goal where I hear it and I'm like, fuck. It's so impressive. It's so cool. I'm a little jealous. I'm gonna be honest. It's the first one I've ever heard where I'm like, fuck, man. I really wanted to go for like possibly world first egg shiny, but it is what it is. He's a legend. Iron Grinch, you're a fucking legend. Congrats to you, man. 500 eggs, he said. Excellent. Okay, and he named it perfectly. That's amazing, dude. That's so fucking sick. Congratulations. That is such an incredibly cool accomplishment. Literally, I always say I wish PokeMMO like gave like global like alerts when someone got some world first or something crazy like that. Like it's such an insane thing. It's hard to comprehend, man. An Iron Man doing that is a multiple thousands of hours grind on average. Having to get all of your own Dittos and all of your own breeders for the rare, let alone that many of the rare, is crazy, man. Congratulations. Oh my god, I actually just got the armored fossil. Okay, I got both fossils that I needed in one rotation. 0 hardstones, 0 everstones. Oh my goodness. That was so lucky. It was in one rotation of the rocks. I didn't even have to like run back out, have them respawn. Nope, none of that. There is my Cranidos and Shieldon Pokedex entries complete, dude. What in tarnation? Okay, next up is Unova. I have to get the fossils there. I believe I also need an Anorith fossil in Hoenn. I don't know the best way to go about that. That I'll have to do a little bit of research for really quick. All right, we are now over in Hoenn trying to get some rock smashes for that. We just need Anorith. I'm hoping for some good RNG here once again, but I might have just wasted it. This is a tougher region because there's just not as many rock smash locations. I could also go into like the Safari Zone and like hope I can catch the Shuckles there. I might do a Safari Zone run, honestly. There's not as many rock smashable locations in Hoenn, so it's a bit tougher. There's no frisk there. I'm gonna try my best to see how long it takes. I'm using a guide from Young Cabbage on YouTube. He's saving my butt here. I'm not gonna lie, giving me a great route to go with. The little nose pass spawns. Okay. I'm actually so stupid. It's unbelievable. I just spent, it wasn't that much time, but I just wasted like 8 minutes doing a hyper complicated Hoenn fossil route because I need a claw fossil for Anorith. And I just have 2 in my bag. I didn't check my bag. I'm fucking dog shit at this game. We're gonna have to click this last rock. Bro, I just spent so long. Not like 8 minutes, but like, it's a really complicated route. Okay, hear me. Anyways, next up. So we have our Anorith, basically. We have the fossil, the shield. What else do we need? We need some other... We need a... We're only missing 1. We have the Plume fossil. We need... Which I think Plume is either... I think Plume is Archon, right? What's the turtle fossil? Cover. Yes, we need the cover fossil. That's the last one we need. So we need to do Unova rock smashing next. We almost have all of the fossils. I can't believe that. That was supposed to be like a long grind, and we're gonna get it done pretty quickly, man. Okay, not to body shame, but Unova rocks do look super weird. I don't know why. These do not look like smashable rocks, and they never will and never have. These always, I just skip past them. I think of them as like rocks you can't actually... I need a Crustle for the Pokedex. No shot. That's so good. Dude, what is happening with my luck today? I'm going to catch this really quick. All right, there's the Crustle catch. No fossil or anything like that, but just getting a quick Pokedex entry because why not? I was going to XP train one, but now I can save some time there. What is this Pokeball on rock situation? What is this? Will I rock smash first or pick up the Pokeball first? A rock smash. That's so weird. I actually need a Gigalith, I think, for the Pokedex, don't I? That's sick. I was going to have to lure this. Oh, that's so good. Please frisk as well. Give me a frisk as well. Why not? Ah, fuck, not quite. Okay. Does this have self-destruct? This might have self-destruct. I'm going to go my Parasect just in case. I do need this, which is fantastic. I do need this for Pokedex. Ah! We caught him on the explosion with the damp. Holy, that was close. That was really close. Holy shit, that was close. All right, that was a scary catch. It had explosion, adamant nature. Give me like a good one too. That's not great, but it's fine. It's fine. Amazing Pokedex entry. Another one randomly out of the way, up to 552 that I wasn't expecting to get, plus a max potion. I'm trying to go for rock smashes in this little location, but it's a weird... Dude, Unova rock smashing. I've been all over the fucking map, dude. Rock smashing in Unova is very strange. There's very like few rocks. Like this one little rock up in the corner here. What is happening? I did get okay, an encounter. Give me that juicy. What do I need? I need the The cover fossil. Give me that juicy cover. I haven't seen a single fossil yet. Let me see this. No frisk proc so far across the whole region. Okay, this is the first frisk I've seen so far. Is that the right one? That's it, right? Dude, oh my goodness. I had to run all over Unova. That took like 20 minutes, I want to say. That took a long time. I got super distracted. That was the fossil I needed. Oh my goodness, we're done. We can go revive all the fossils that we need. That was actually so sick. That took a while, that Unova one. I had to not drive, but walk from out cars, and now I'm distracted. Walk all over Unova to find that. Oh my goodness, dude. That was tough. That was actually like legit. The first frisk I got, I probably smashed how many rocks in Unova? And in Unova, you have to travel like so far just for one rock, dude. Let me, let's just head over to Sinnoh now. Should I pop these fossils now or should I store them? That's the next question. I'm not sure. Pop a shiny charm? Oh yeah, on the Ironman account? Yeah. Let's just save them for now. You know what? I'm gonna like save a bunch of my encounters and basically unload everything all at once. And basically blow my load. We're gonna head over to Unova Route 11 and go for Braviary. Why not, dude? Yo, I wouldn't have known this, but someone in chat gave me the heads up. Shout out to Bojangles. Yes, he said you could also lure here for one of the tradable evos if you don't have it. Yes, Escavalier. I can go for Escavalier and Braviary over here at the dark grass at Route 11. Good call, man. All right, there's our Braviary catch. Perfect timing, Haru. Thank you for the sub, man. I appreciate it. Braviary catch. There it is. For the Ironman Pokedex, just a nice little catch. 553 Pokedex Entries. I still need to stay here for the Escavalier lore, so I'm just gonna stay here for a little bit. Joshua next. I think I could do Joshua. Joshua I've known since 2013. I know for a fact that Joshua. I'm assuming, are we counting all of her accounts? Because I know for a fact Joshua's over 20k. I've known Joshua longer than anybody in PokeMMO. I know for a fact she's over 20k hours, if you count all of her accounts. Yeah, same with Park. I believe so. Am I wrong? Wait, Joshua in chat said what, lol? Oh, am I wrong? No, if you count all of yours, that'd be really embarrassing if I'm super incorrect. It's over 10 years worth of playing, yeah. I think you're over 20. I think you talked about that. Bro's already so wrong. Hope I'm not confusing her with like Park, because Park is over 20k. There's a few players that have over 20k hours, a few like long-term 2013 players that have over 20k. There's not that many of them. There's like a handful of players that have over 20k hours that I'm aware of. Maybe I'm overestimating. Maybe. Okay, my one question to you, Joshua, is are you under or above 20k? That's my one question. Are you higher or lower than 20k?
Been loving the Iron Man vids, DNK.
Under. Okay. I still think you're pretty high. I know you're at least 13k. I'm pretty sure. I know you're at least 13k hours. I'm going to go. I think you're between. It's really hard. I think you're between 16 to 18. But how do I have to be within 1,000. I'm going to go 17k hours as my guess. Because I think you're between 16 to 18. So that's I'm going to go 17k flat. That's my guess. How many hours do you have, Joshua? Across all your accounts. Across all your accounts. Reveal the result. I should guess how many hours my wife has. I actually have no idea. Waiting for the Joshua result. My guess is 17k. For this fella. Waiting for the results now. Ting, 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 ting. That's the only downside of this game is having to wait for the result. If you take into consideration all of my accounts, I have 13k. Fuck, I'm so sorry. I thought you had, that sounds BM now. I really thought you had, I'm so sorry. Damn. Okay, well, good to know. Good to learn. It is what that's the game, man. That's the game. It is what it is. That's still an insane amount of hours. Don't get me wrong. I'm so sorry if I'm. Oh man, only 13k. Joshua, what the hell? No, that's insane. That's more hours than I have. You know. I knew that she had more hours than me. I think my brain. I've just known for so long. My brain thinks of like how many hours she had as like just so crazy because I'm just used to used to that. So that's really fucking sick. This is fun as hell. It's interesting to see the dynamic and seeing who has and needs what. You know. All right, and this should be the Escavalier. Good timing today on the subs. If you time it correctly, you deserve to be immortalized in the Iron Man episode. Thank you for the sub, Dark Void, Darkrai. There's the Escavalier catch. Pretty darn good IVs. The only problem is, I will say, It's tough because this will only ever be a breeder. I can never breed up a competitive Escavalier because it's a trade evolution. So if I ever want a competitive Escavalier, which Escavalier has been meta in NU at times, I have to catch one in the wild. So that's tough. I'm going to label this breed down for Pokedex. This is even a good nature. Wait a minute. I actually almost want to just keep this as it is. This might be one of the best Escavaliers I'll ever catch in the wild. The fact that it's impish, 31 defense, 20 plus attack, 20 plus SPDef, it's missing HP, the speed you want low. This is actually like really close. I might... The speed though, you don't care about it. It's so slow anyway. I might actually just keep this. Keep. That's actually like really keep as comp. It's really interesting to Trickramon anyway. Yes. This might be the... It's not amazing, but it might be one of the better Escavaliers I'll catch. I'm just missing the 20 plus HP. That's pretty good. I'm gonna keep this. Really strange one to keep, but I think it's a wild comp essentially. I'll add that over to my box. That means I'll have to either catch another Escavalier or just a Carablast in the wild, which I could probably just go do that. Let me go do that. I'm gonna eat my lunch, so Cam will be changed for a quick sec, but Route 6 common, we can go do that while we're eating lunch for sure. All right, we got the Carablast. Still eating lunch. Next up is, we'll do the easy ones during lunch. Next up is Vanillite. We can head over here. It should be a very common encounter over at cold storage. Okay, I got my Carablast. I got my Vanillite. Next up, I'm going to do some easier ones. We're going to do either Stunky or Skuntank. Maybe Skuntank, Route 225. I don't evolve it, breed it down. It's like easier than leveling something up, but it depends on the levels. What level does it evolve at? 34? I didn't even close that. Whoopsie. Whether to evolve something up or breed it down, like, that's actually like a really interesting question of like when you want to do that. It's really, honestly hard to tell. I think I'd rather breed this one down, but it depends. Route 225 Sinnoh. Well, no, maybe it's better to just level it up. It's like 10 levels. That's not that bad. This would be a horde. I was thinking it's like ×3 hordes. Let's do 214s. Route 214 Sinnoh. We'll do we need Bronzong. We need Bronzer and Bronzong and Stunky. Let's do those two next. All right, this should be our Stunky catch. Got it in a nice little easy ×3 horde. Really cool underrated shunt. Really pretty shinies. Stunky and Skuntank if you want to go for them. We'll grab this. Where is We'll have to level that up. Where's Bronzor at? Let's go see. I don't know. I haven't caught a Bronzor or a Bronzong in a really long time. That's a very low IV Stunky. Interesting. Anyways. Mount Coronet, it seems. Mount Coronet, Sinnoh, Turnback Cave, Wayward Cave. What's the easiest one to get to? Mount Coronet or Wayward? I'm going to figure it out and go there and get one. Okay, Raph actually had a genius call. He said, go to Abundant Shrine Bronzong. You're a genius as I can just fly there. I have the location. I can just fly to Abundant Shrine, and it should be a common single encounter here, as well as a ×5 horde. So that was actually like a really good... Gotta see if it's dark grass or light grass, but I could catch this, breed it down. Common. It says dark or normal. So make sure to always check whether it's dark grass or normal grass when going for encounters like this. I'm going to do dark grass as it's just better for double battles, because that way you can get more encounters essentially. That was a really good call, man. I appreciate that, chat. All right, beautiful. There's our Bronzong catch. We'll have to breed this down to Bronzor, which is totally okay. With some decent IVs, having a good Bronzong is relevant. Nothing amazing there, unfortunately. That's totally okay. Next up, before I forget, I want to head over to Hoenn. Go over to Slateport City and buy a pure incense. I need that to breed a Chimecho down to a Chinling. And we'll have to... I'll probably do that now so I don't forget. We're making some really good progress. We're very, very, like... I'm almost done with all of the wild catches that I need, which is kind of insane. I need a lot of, like, leveling and training mons. We're getting scarily close to being done. I'm actually... The big one... Ooh, it's nighttime right now. The big ones I want to go do while it's nighttime are Snorunt and what's it called? Illumise. I'll have to go do those. Let me first go do the Hoenn thing so I don't forget. But then after that, if I forget, chat, remind me. Illumise and Snorunt. Let's go to Slateport. If you don't know, there should be a shop down like somewhere in the market that has incense, and you need certain incenses to I don't care about your berries. Did you know that? Did you know that? Did you know that? She's okay. Sure, powder. Okay, randomly. Sure. We just saved some time in the future, I guess. Oh, we get a free Secret Power TM here, I believe, right? Or not? Okay, sure. I bet it's this girl right here. There should be an incense shop. Yes. And this is really important for certain. That's 10K. It's kind of expensive, but it's worth it for a Pokedex entry. Easy peasy. All right, beautiful. This should be this breed. There we go. That'll be a Iron Petrowski OT Chingling. We're gonna get that going so we can go ahead and get that taken care of. Beautiful. That egg will hatch in the meantime. Wait, how did I not know this? You're a genius, chatter. I've never noticed this. I'm so used to the old methods of PokeMMO, and sometimes I miss out on some of the more efficient, newer strategies. Dude, the breeding shop just has all the incense. I never knew that, unironically. I'm so used to going to the Slateport one. That's so funny. Good call. I'm gonna try. I gotta work that into my muscle memory. That was a fantastic call. Good little tip. I'm also going to get that Bronzong breed going as well. There's a few other breeds I need to do. I'm actually running low on Shiddos, hilariously. I might need to go catch some Dittos at some point, which is very, very funny. We're going to get that egg going. Any other breeds that I need to breed down for sure right now? There might be some. The Pondard I don't need to level anymore. I think I caught a Bisharp in the wild, I believe. Yep, I caught a Bisharp in the wild. I'm going to keep the Bisharp in case I need a good IV one in the future. But I can go ahead and release this Pondard, at least for now. A few of those have a similar, like I caught the Gigalith in the wild, which is fantastic. So the Boldors I can release, things like that. I don't need any more. All right, next up is Illumise, which is actually like right to the west of the daycare. It should be a times 3 horde location right here, I believe, and it's like split between some mons. I think there's a times 3 horde spot here. I'm gonna try this for one more sweet send, and it should be right. Let's see. Come on, show it to me. One Illumise, pretty please. Beautiful. Perfect. Okay, this is a tough mon to get. It has like pretty specific time restrictions. If I had evolved it, I could breed it down to make it female, and that would also work. But this is, I don't think I have one, so this is perfect. We're going to catch the one on the far left, and I'll see you guys with that, or see you guys hopefully at the next one, which is Snow Runt, which I also need because of the nighttime specifics. Oh, there's our first Snow Runt catch. It's a male. I believe we need a male and a female. Well, what I could do, I could level up this one into Glalie, breed it down into a female, and then evolve it into Frostlass, which is 1. We could do that, or we could try to wild catch a second one really quick. I might go for a second one really quick because it's just not hard to do. Let's do that. Let's just do that really fast. All right, there's our second Snow Runt comp. We got 1 female, 1 male. That'll let us do both things. That one's also like a good breeder. Oh, that's beautiful. This is actually a fantastic breeder. 20 plus defenses and 31 speed. We can go either into attack or special attack depending on what we need. That's a beautiful breeder. Do I have the Dawnstone for this? Oh, please tell me I do. Okay. The problem is I only have 1. So what's going to suck is after I use this, I'm going to have to, if I ever want a Frostlass or anything like that ever again, I'm going to have to go get another one, which that's going to suck, but it's worth it for the Pokedex, I think, for the time being. I wouldn't normally, I like to try to save my evolution items where possible. But this one, I think, has got to get used, man. And with those 2 Pokemon caught, I'm up to 563 OTs. I think it is finally time to start cashing in. Our saved up dex entries, boys. We have a lot of Pokemon to EV train, a lot to XP train. I need to catch a Pachirisu in the wild, maybe. Maybe do that really quick. Uncommon around 205. That might be our last one. I might end up saving Krogunk and Toxicroak as our last mons that we need. Because that's going to be a little bit tough. But not crazy with the Toxicroak spawns. I'd love to see, if we see a Krogunk or a Toxicroak swarm, I should go to that. Yeah, I think the last... Okay, and Sidlift. So there's 3 Pokemon I need to catch left in the wild. I believe. 4. Excelgor. Okay. Should I finish those or should I use my banked ones? I want to finish. You know what? I'm changing. I'm sorry. I'm changing on the fly. We're doing it live, okay? Fuck it, we do it live. I want to be able to be like, I'm done the Pokedex. Theoretically, I have to just put in the work. I like the idea of that. So you know what? We're going to go do Pachirisu. We're going to go try to wild catch everything. We're going to do Pachirisu that we need to before we start doing the other things. We're going to go do Pachirisu right now. Route 205 Sinnoh. See you guys there. All right, next up is Sigilyph over here at the Desert Resort. It's kind of a tough horde to find. I actually did a whole inventory of hordes here, and I might not find it. I might have to go back to the PC. Yeah, I'm going to have to go back to the PC and come all the way back here. I believe it's like a 20% or like it's a rare-ish horde, weirdly, at this location. So I'm going to have to come back here. I might actually be able to just single encounter it, honestly. Maybe it's worth to do that. But I think it's like uncommon. It's rare here. Yeah, I'm going to go get my my horde stuff back and try again. So we're going for Sigilyph in the wild. We got our Pachirisu. After the Sigilyph, I believe we only need Excelgor and then one other one that you guys probably... Excelgor and Toxicroak are the last 2 wild mons I should need, I believe. All right, this is the location. It's pretty far from a PC. We had to travel quite a bit, but I need to pop a lure here at Route 6, and I have a 5% chance for Excadrill. After this, I'll go get Toxicroak, and that'll be the 2 last wild mons I need to catch. So Lake Valor over in Sinnoh after this, but let's get our Excadrill first, not get ahead of ourselves. There it is. The Excadrill encounter, probably gotten in less than like 10 encounters. That was actually super lucky. Very, very happy with that. I might even just quick ball this. What are the odds this has Final Gambit, actually? It's pretty low. These at high level get Final Gambit. I don't think they'll have it at level 32, but it's possible. I'm going to go Spore into False Swipe into Netball. I think it'll give me the best chance. Hoping it doesn't. If Final Gambit is a self-KO move is what I'm afraid of if you aren't familiar. Okay, we should be good. This should be a safe catch. I don't know if I need to show you guys. It looks like it has good stats or whatever. This should be a pretty safe catch. I will probably see you guys over at Toxicroak, over at Lake Valor. We are pushing. I'm trying to get my Pokedex done today on stream, ideally. Would be beautiful. I don't know if I'll be able to get all of it done on stream today, but that's the goal right now. There's the, so let's see the IVs. We're already here. We got Crash Bandicoot music in the background. Let's see. Hasty, no stat. Well, 30 Sp.atk I think was actually pretty relevant on this Pokemon. High Sp.atk and high speed is really what you want. Next up, Lake Valor, Sinnoh for the last mon, Toxicroak. And there's the Toxicroak encounter after like 4 encounters, I kid you not. Holy shit. Okay. This, I think, is the last wild Pokemon I will ever have to catch for a complete Pokedex. This is a special moment on the Iron Man, dude. A challenge that was created and started about almost 4 months ago now. Wow, that's a lot of time that has passed very quickly. Almost 4 months ago now. 740 hours in the making. Not including the editing time, exporting, uploading, thumbnails, timestamps, all the actual content related stuff. We can dust ball this. It is nighttime. This might be it, fellas. This might be the final Pokeball that we ever throw to get a Pokedex entry. Beautiful. There it is. There it is. We need to breed that down into a Croagunk. We need to go XP train a ton of Pokemon and EV train, and we have a lot of work still to do. The work is not over, but one type of the work is over, and that feels amazing. 567 out of 604. I have at least, well, everything else is stored. I have the Pokedex theoretically done. It's done. I just need to use the resources that I've already collected to finish it. 604 minus, yes, I'm terrible at math, 37 entries left, fellas. How do I want to do this? Let's first things first, maybe go do a bit of breeds first, and then EV training, I believe. We have a fair bit of mons to EV train up. Okay, well, first things first, hold up. I have to do box sorting. I haven't sorted anything. This is all a mess. I have to know what mons in here that I actually need to level and which ones I need to, like, this is a mess. I need to release a bunch of stuff here. Yeah, I need to figure this out first things first. See what this looks like now. We'll add stuff over here to release. Okay, I think I have it organized. This is all random stuff keeping in my box 1 for potential reasons. This is all the mons that need to be XP trained, and then also have mons over here that need to be EV trained. It's kind of a mess over here, but like this needs to be evolved into Flygon. What else needs to be? Some of these need to be evolved into things. Not that the Duskull needs to be evolved into Dusclops and Dusknoir and EV trained. This needs to be EV trained and evolved into Roserade. So these are the comps box. All these need to be XP trained. These need to be evolved via stones. We can do those right now. So for example, this needs a Dawnstone. This needs a Sunstone. And then the Toxicroak can be bred with this Shitto right here. It has some stats, but you know what? We need a Shitto anyway. It's going to be the one. So we're going to get that breed hatching. We have some monster release as well. Let's go do that really quick. So that's going to breed down into our Croagunk. We're going to go release the mons here. These need to all be released. About 9 Pokemon. Rest in peace. See you later. Goodbye. And we added 5 or so, 3 new breeders really over to our boxes from Pokedex completion. And then now we can go Dawnstone. We should have 1. It sucks to use the one that we have, but we got to do it. This will give us a Frostlass. That's that Pokedex entry. We started today at 550 entries. Keep in mind. We started today at 550. Here's Frostlass. That puts us up to 568. Everyone is like so excited. I'm just like buzzing. Everyone is so exciting from this point, dude. And this will get Sunstoned here in a quick sec as well. All right, there's the Sunstone evolution on Lilligant. There that is. Beautiful, beautiful. Wait. I was going to EV train this for the Pokedex. I can just do that later. I can just shiny stone this now into Roserade, get the Pokedex entry. It's already ready to be a comp for what I need it for. It's not amazing, but it's usable. Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and do this now, get the Roserade OT, and then EV train it later to save even more time. I think I might need to only EV train one Pokemon for a Pokedex entry. I think it's just Dusclops. Duskull into Clops and Nor. There's the Roserade for potential raids in the future. The Flygon needs to be XP trained. We need to pop fossils. I like the idea of saving fossils for the end. I don't know if we need Leech Seed. Probably better than Poison Powder. I think everything else. Wait, I don't have a Lopunny? Wait, how did I miss this? Wait. Do I have a Buneary in my boxes? I never noticed that I don't have a Lopunny. Did I miss that one? Or a Mantine? I have Beldums I can level. That's fine. Okay. I need to... that means I'm not actually totally set up. I have all the resources, but I'm not set up. I need to check to see if I have one Buneary. I also need to breed down my Samurott. We have a few things to sort out. All right, with my Roserade, I think the only mon I need to actually EV train up for Pokedex entries is going to be Duskull. I have to EV train and XP train up to level 37. And once he's 37, I can Reaper Cloth, which I actually have to hope that I have. I didn't check to see if I had a Reaper Cloth. Thankfully, I have exactly one. Whew. This is going to be tight, man. I also need to head over to Kanto really quick and go talk to Daisy and get my happiness raised on my Woobat. So when I go to level that, it'll be a bit easier, but it'll still be kind of tough. I'm actually going to put this in a Luxury Ball as well to get even more happiness points. That's worth it. And I should have a Soothe Bell. Yes. Let me put it in a Luxury Ball, give it a Soothe Bell. Usually when I talk to Daisy, she brings my Pokemon up to happiness 49%. But I believe this should do more. Let's go test. All right, we're now over at Daisy. I want to talk to her and see what percentage. So usually it would bring this from 19 to 49. But I think with Luxury Ball and Soothe Bell, it should be more. Which one should I groom? Raise its happiness. Woobat, please. But still only 49. That's a little bit sad. I'm not going to lie. I was hoping to gain a bit more, but that's okay. When you level him up as well, he'll also gain happiness. Okay. And then now we just need to go EV train the Dusclops. I think we're going to do either 252 HP and then split defenses, or 2v2 HP, 2v2 defense. I think this is mostly going to be a utility Dusknoir, honestly. I'm going to go check its base stats really quick, though. I might split the defenses. All right, not too shabby. Time to just do some HP EV train. I'm going to be doing it over at Stunfisk, because I just love the chance for a shiny Stunfisk. This was my first ever shiny in Pokemon. I love the Pokemon. I'm going to be HP EV training this Duskull, this Conkeldurr, and this Excadrill that we caught today. So we got Sassy Nature Duskull with really good stats, 3 times 31 and 25 attack. Our Conkeldurr, once again, both of these two Pokemon can only be gotten as wild caught, which is why they're so, their stats aren't amazing, but it's honestly on the higher end of what I could get. To be fair, I could actually go 2v2 attack, 2v2 speed on this Conkeldurr. Ooh, as I'm saying that, I might actually go do that. I might actually, because this Conk is adamant, I'm never using this in PvP mostly. This is probably gonna be like a PvM Conkeldurr, and even though it's 45 base stat speed, I think I'd rather keep it for the speed, actually, strangely. The Excadrill is low speed, and it's 20 base stat speed. This is always going to be an HP bulky one. That's totally fine. But actually, I'm going to not EV train the Conkeldurr in. I'm actually going to name it 2v2 attack and 2v2 speed, so I don't forget. That is not traditional. That is not a normal... You would almost never go speed on Conk like this. But I think it actually might work out for certain raids that want to fight and type attacker that maybe I'm down one for some reason. Okay, I now want to go defense and Sp.def EV train. The question is, do I really care about Sp.def? I think I do. Yeah, look at the Excadrill is pretty bulky. I think I want to go... I even like the idea of doing Assault Gear on this. But it's already... Yeah, it's Impish. Assault Gear Excadrill might go kind of hard, honestly. I think I want to split defenses on both these mons. I think the best way to do that is head over to Pelipper and Mantine. And I can basically just sit here. And on Della Bay, I can do both Sp.def and defense EV training at one town. So I'm going to split the defenses down the middle. I did the 2v2 HP. Didn't show that, but yeah, here that is. Oh shit, here is our Dusclops evolution. One of the final... Wait! That's all I need. I can stop there. Because, yeah. I can finish EV training this later. Wait, that's actually so sick. Yeah. I can stop here. Oh my goodness. I'm entering. All I need now is to XP train to complete the Pokedex. I think that's like literally all I need to do left. I think that's it. We're like literally on the final steps, the final stages. Because now I can go ahead and Reaper King this. Reaper Cloth. Boom. That will get us Dusknoir. Yeah. Holy shit. I'm like kind of, I know it sounds really dumb. It's like just to complete Pokedex. But this has been such a journey. This has been such an insane journey on the Ironman account. And I think I must be... there's been many other people, many other Ironmen who have completed their Pokedex. Don't get me wrong. I'm probably like top 10 or top 20. I'm probably like top 10 or top 20 Ironmen in the world to complete Pokedex. Somewhere in that range. There's been a few who have done it, but not like, you know, a ton. All right. There's the OT Dusknoir. That puts us to 573 out of 604. One last check through, and it's Pokedex completion is one of those things you only do once. Like every time I catch a Pokemon for the Pokedex, it's my last time ever doing that ever again on the account. You know, it's not like farming a Pokemon or farming a comp where I might need a different version or a different one in the future. No. This is it. This is the last time I'll ever do this. I have things to evolve for all these with the fossils. I kind of want to save the fossils for last. We do have a Baniri. I was checking my bot. I do have a Baniri, thankfully. The XP train. The last thing I need to do before just pure XP train, the last thing is breed down my Samurott once. I can do that. That's easy. We have this prepped. We have all this prepped. We have this prepped. We have all this ready to go. Yep. I think it's just... I don't have a Deino. I might need to go move a Deino over. But I have Deinos. Yep, I have them. I just need to level one. So I'm going to move one down. But just need to level this one. But I think from this point forward, it is just XP training time, dude. It is a weird feeling. I'm going to move this over here and this over here. And then do my little Samurott. I'm going to do my Samurott breed first so I don't forget. And then after the Samurott breed, it is just XP training. I think I am going to go ahead and do my gym rerun. And just XP train on my gym rerun. Let's see. So this needs to be bred. It doesn't really have... many stats. It needs an egg move though. Ooh, that's a little annoying. Let's figure out how to do that though, so I don't forget. Okay, I just got some crazy news that I was not thinking about, but I think I might even have it delayed, which is actually nice for that. But someone dropped the info, which they are 1000% correct on. Trendy Bendy, if I recall, Samurott Sacred Sword is it's a breed through Smeargle. So I have to go catch a Smeargle, and then I need to sketch Sacred Sword from a Gallade, and then I use that Smeargle to breed with my Samurott. But is my Samurott even... The problem is my Samurott's... Okay, my Samurott's male, so I literally can't get an egg move on it right now anyway. So we're going to do it a different day. That's good to know for the future. You need to breed with a Smeargle. That's crazy. Today, I'm just going to breed it with a Ditto to get the... Yeah, we're just going to do that. That's good to know, though. That'll be a crazy thing in the future. But for now... Let's just breed with some Ditto. Try to keep the stats that we can. And just go from there. Alright, here. This should be the Samurott breed. I need to make sure I make this female so we can breed it later on and actually get the egg move on it. We're just going for 20 plus whatever we can. It'll be a future raid Pokemon. 20 plus HP, attack, special attack. Sp.atk will probably medium roll 19. We can roll that up in the future. I'm fine with this. Let's just go for it, boys. Oh, there it is. So that'll be our Oshawott. That'll be that breed done. And then everything else, I think, is XP training. So I think I can go ahead and start my gym rerun and just get some Pokemon and just XP train them. I think that's the play. Let's go do it. Let's start our gym rerun. It feels weird to do your gym run, but I think it's worth it. And then after our gym rerun, we can obviously XP train over at Tentacruels in Hoenn. We should be able to do this today, man. 573 out of 604. I'm so excited. I'm just jumbling over my words. All right. Here is our boxes at the start of the gym rerun. Okay, we got to keep this in mind. These are all the mons that need to be leveled for Pokedex entries, and then these as well. There is, let me just do a full count, okay? There's 10 in this row, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I missing some somewhere? I'll figure that out at the end, I guess. But right now I have 18 mons. Some might be doubled up as like multiple evolutions. So we also have our fossils, and yeah. So we have 18 mons that need XP trained. I'm gonna go ahead and start with Stunky number 1. I'm curious to count how many we have left by the end of the gym run and how many we have to do, you know, today, etc., etc. So we have 18 mons that need XP trained as of the start. Let's go start our Jimmy run. This will be Jimmy run number 39. I'm gonna go ahead and update that. We have 15 amulet coins left. I'll be popping one today, and I'm starting at 1.3 million Pokeyen. Here, I don't know how much XP you gain in one trainer battle in a Jimmy run. So I'm going to guesstimate. It's going to be, you know, everyone's going to be a little bit different. But I'm starting this fight with 10,000 experience on the Stunky. I want to see how much total XP I end up with after this fight and try to have the number in my head so I know how much I need or what mons I should bring to what gym. Like, for example, we're about to go to Striation after this. And Striation is 2 gyms back to back without going to the PC. So you want to bring a Pokemon that needs a lot more XP versus like you wouldn't want to bring a mon that only needs like 1 level, for example, to Striation. You'd be wasting a lot of XP that way. Okay, so I gained about 14,000 XP in that fight. I went from 10k to 24k, so it's about 14,000 XP total gained on my Stunky. That's a good number to know. My Stunky's level 28, and it needs to get to level 34, I believe, to become a stun tank. So I might actually... I'm thinking of if I should switch it out to a different mon or just take it over to the other gym. It might be fine. Ooh, that's a tough decision. I think I'm going to switch him out for like a Deino or something else that like needs a lot. Like Deino needs a lot of XP. I'm going to switch the Stunky out and save that evolution for later. Try to get the most efficient XP gained here at this double gym. Okay, we are back to the hours guessing game. We have Clarko and Tom, who both are Britopians who want their hours guessed. Clarko is one of the hardest ones to guess for. He hikes a shit ton and touches grass maybe more than anybody in my community. He also socializes a shit ton in my community and is very like kind of like a bro that wants to hang out, but he doesn't always... I don't know if he grinds as hard, but he might also be like secretly grinding. I don't know. Clarko's one of the hardest ones for me to guess. Tom, I think, secretly grinds really hard, is constantly online, turbo online, one might say. Tom, I'm gonna ask you, how many OT shinies do you have? And then Clarko, I'm gonna ask you, I got one question each. Clarko, can I ask you... I asked you. Oh, this is tough. What's the one for... I'll just do the same thing. How many OT shinies? I think it's a good one to get off to some extent. Tom has 10 OTs. Only 10 OTs. Can I ask you one more question, Tom? What's your favorite thing to do in game? Can I cheat and get 2 questions? Clarko has 7 OTs. I think Clarko has a deceptively less amount of hours, even though he's always here and always... Because I think that he's like just a... He likes to... For him, I could be wrong. I feel like it's like he's a socialized first kind of... He's like a very communicative. He has good social skills and touches grass. Tom says, I don't know, to be honest. I kind of just piss about. Okay. So you don't even know your favorite kind of... What? Okay, I'm gonna guess Tom is 2,800 hours, and I'm gonna guess Clarko is 2,200. Tom might be more than that. I think Tom's higher. But what, you just piss about? What does that even mean? Clarko is 1,859, so I was within 350. I'm pretty happy with that. Pretty happy with that. How online? Higher? How online do you think I am? Pretty online, Tom. 2002. You guys are pretty similar. Okay, I guess 2,800. So it's 800-ish off for Tom. Still within that 1,000 metric, but that's a bit off. Pretty not terrible guesses, but it's a tough game, dude. It's a tough game. All right, gym rerun over, up to 1.5 million Pokeyen. Been a while since I've seen it that high. Jellicent has been evolved. Let's go see. I started with 18 Pokemon that needed XP training. Let's go recount how many mons still need XP training. It's probably still quite a few. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We only got 3 done in the hour. Okay, that's way worse. That is not nearly as good as I expected, to be fair. That's rough. It is what it is. Now we know. All right, time to go back to... Now I'm going to go over to Tentacles and Hoenn. I'm about to be locked into XP Training Jail. Straight up XP Training Jail. I'm going to go do the Nincada first so I don't forget that I need to leave an open party space as well for the Shedinja split. We're going to do this. We're going to do this. A few of these are pretty fast. We'll do some of the fast ones, and then it will leave the empty party space. All right, this should be good. I don't think I'm going to leave Tentacles for the rest of the day. Most likely. Like an hour of Tentacruel? No. I'm going to be... I don't know how long... I should time it. I'm actually going to... Great call. I'm going to set a timer and see how long I have to XP train here. I actually have no idea how long this will take. The timer is starting to do stopwatch. Started now. Let's see how long this takes. I'll see you guys after some progress. All right, this is happening pretty quickly, man. I've been XP training for about 20 minutes. I'm at 583 out of 604. I'm worried I might be missing some, though, or missing something. Maybe I just have... I think it's the fossils. I think I have more stored in other areas that I'm forgetting. The fossils. I will have to XP train the fossils, though, so that actually will be more months to XP train. But this is... Yeah, this is not... I thought this might take, like, 5 hours of XP training. This is going to be pretty fast. Yeah, Swadloon is happiness, but I have to... The only way I can really gain happiness on him is levels, so that's going to be the awkward thing. I did take him, or her, sorry, it's a female Swadloon. I did take them to Daisy. So I did boost the happiness some, but we don't have access to happiness berries on the what's it called. I should put Soothe Bell on it, though, while we're doing this. That is a good call, because I have that. I can do that because the re-amplifier on the iron, which is pretty cool. But here's one of the big happiness evos. That's the main thing holding me back right now is happiness evolutions. I have way more than I realized. I didn't realize Baneri is also a happiness evolution. So I'm going to switch the Soothe Bell over to that. I have 3 happiness evos with the Leavanny, the Baneri into Lopunny, as well as the Woobat into Swoobat. That's what's holding me back right now more than anything. We have a lot of XP that need to be gained on these guys, but we're up to 589 out of 604. I think I have 10 or 12 Pokedex entries all stored in fossils as well. Fossils are a fair bit. I might go pop those fossils right now, so I'm running out of other things to do, essentially. Look, I've XP trained all this. The only one left is Woobat. I've also only been doing this for about 52 minutes. This hasn't taken that long at all, which has honestly been the most amazing part. Throw this in here. I'm going to go pop those fossils, I think, now. I think now is the time. I'm going to go heal up, head over to Sinnoh because I like the location, and pop fossils. All right, I'm excited for this. I have nostalgia for this box. This is where I got my shiny Cranidos 17 months back in the day, okay? So, I want to make sure that I only pop one of each of the... I want to save the extra ones. So, Skull Fossil, we need to pop one of. Let's go ahead and do that. Show me the shiny Cranidos on the Ironman account. Why not? Okay. Honestly, like, good stats. I can turn that into something. I need multiple Cranidoses. I do want to revive another. Yep. Next up, Armor for Shield on. Thank you. And they did change... they changed fossils so that now they'll get sent back to the PC when I revive them if my inventory is full. That used to not be the case for a lot of my Cranidos shunt. I just misclicked and didn't even see what I just revived. So well, I already broke my rule. Whoopsie. I think I need an Aerodactyl actually anyway, to be fair. So that's fine. I don't need to pop a Helix or a Dome. I do need to pop... Where's my cover? I bet you it's still on the Pokemon... Wait. Is it on my Bayonet? Did I never take it off my Frisk Pokemon? That must be... I got a cover fossil. I swear if this is like gone for some reason, I'll be so sad. There's the Archon. Okay, let's go number 1. Check what the IVs were on these Pokemon, because that's kind of cool and it matters. Number 2, cross our fingers and pray to Arceus that our cover fossil is on our Bayonet, because it must be, because if it's not, that would be really, really sad. Let's go see. Yes, okay, I just never took it off the Pokemon. That was really scary. Let's next check stats. Oh man, no stats. I did get like 25 plus on 3 Aerodactyl stats. That's kind of cool. These stats kind of suck. I need a good Archon for raids at some point. These are not great stats, unfortunately, but that's okay. It is what it is. It could be worse. Let's move these down. Here, I'm going to go pop this cover fossil. Probably won't show you guys that because I doubt it'll... This is like amazing IVs, but... Need to XP train these fellas. I will see you guys, I believe, back at XP training. We are officially 10 Pokedex entries away. 594 out of 604. Back to XP training we go. All right, I think in this horde, I should get enough XP to level up all 4 of my fossils. I think Anorith, I think they're all level 30 Evos. Oh, it's level 40 for Anorith, so okay, I'm trolling. It's just Cranidos and Shieldon then, both level 30 Evos. Both of these will evolve in this one. That's 2 more Pokedex entries. So it goes up to 596 here after these finish. All right, this should be 2 evolutions as well. We should be getting Caracosta and Archeops here. I'm getting really tired, man. It's been a long stream. Been live for over 7 hours, just pushing for Pokedex completion. This is also the first evolutions we've seen in like 45 minutes. We haven't seen any Pokedex progress or evolutions in a while. This is the first progress we've seen in like 45 minutes. There's Archeops. Let's give us Caracosta. This will bump us up to 598. That is 6 Pokemon remaining. 6 Pokemon remaining for complete Pokedex. The only time we'll ever see it on the Iron Man. Okay, here is one of the final. This is one of the toughest happiness evolutions. Next up is Woobat. I've switched the Soothe Bell and stuff over to it. There we go. I know I can just go single encounter for it, but I'd rather, you know, get the happiness evolution. There's the Lopunny. That puts us up to 600 in the Pokedex, I believe. And then Fracture will get in the next horde. That's going to be 601. And then I still need Zweilous and Deino. Yeah, we have 4 left in our inventory right here. I think, hilariously, the last Pokemon to complete my Pokedex might end up being Swoobat. It'll either be Hydreigon or Swoobat, which is kind of funny. All right, there is Zweilous. That is one of the final 3 Pokedex entries. All right, I feel like the happiness is holding me back. And I think if you use items on something, it should gain happiness. I've never tried this with XP candies. This is not going to gain any levels. I'm just using an item. So this, let's see if this gains happiness. I don't think it did. It didn't. Okay, so candies, we need to test that. Candies don't give boosted happiness. They're just going to save you time on leveling. That sucks. And I don't have any of the berries. Getting the correct berries on an Ironman account, very difficult for happiness. Happiness continues to be like one of the weirdest, most awkward things on an Ironman account. It's an Electric Ball. It has a Soothe Bell. I could rare candy it, but I only have 3 of those. I don't think that's worth using. I could use vitamins, but once again, kind of a valuable resource. I would get +2 happiness from that. I don't... Part of me almost wants to use... Can you buy vitamins from a shop? I think I kind of do want to just use some vitamins. That's fine to me. Call me Cope. This would raise happiness 9.8%. I'm going to use like 3. I'm going to raise... I need to boost this a little bit. Otherwise, I'm going to sit here leveling this for so long. It is untradeable. They're all untradeable, right? Do some of these. Some vitamins are nice to have in a pinch. This... Just 2% per vitamin. It's not amazing, but there we go. Okay. That'll help. We need to get to like 87, 88%, then it will evolve. We're getting really close to complete. It's been a journey, dude, but we are almost at the destination. Wait, what? Wait, I went AFK. Wait, I missed an Eve evolution. I went AFK to get food, and I finished like killing 1 horde when I went AFK. And that was the horde the Swoobat evolved on. Fuck, what? That's so funny. We are now 1 Pokemon remaining. Holy crap for the Pokedex, boys. Hydreigon will be the final one. Up to level 64 we have to go. Yeah, Chad is kind of spitting facts there. Right now, it's the sexual tension between me and resisting the urge to just use XP candies to like finish the... There's no reason to do that. You would just be like... saving a very small amount of time. Why did I open the bag? It's so tempting now. 3 levels in 1 candy. Oh my goodness. Why is it so... Level 64 is so far away, but I could just do it in a few... Dude, maybe... Let me sip on this. What do you keep those for? Usually for raids is the goal, to have them for raids, to panic level Pokemon if I need to for raids. I'm in no rush for this. Don't cave. Use 2. I respect the slight help. I like them use 2 argument to bring it down to 25. I'll do that. I think that's valid. It'll speed us up a little bit along. We've been live for 7.5 hours. We can use a little bit of cheat. Alrighty, fellas. This is it. We're about to enter the final horde to complete the Pokedex on the Iron Man account. About 2 hours of XP training was put into this today, alongside the hour of doing the gym rerun to XP train, alongside the full 7-hour and 40-minute stream, which was all spent working towards the Pokedex, as well as the just 747 hours that have been put into the account in totality that has led to this moment right here. This is the only time we'll ever complete the Pokedex on the Iron Man account. It only happens once. And here it is. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for being here for this moment. This will evolve my Zweilice into Hydreigon and be the final OT Pokemon to give me a complete Pokedex. Not the hardest achievement in the game, but still a really big accomplishment. And it really establishes this account as an end game account, even though it cannot trade nor use the GTL. I just unlocked brand new EV training spots, the best XP training spot in the entire game, a red Refight, which will unlock me a new permanent incubator, as well as the Alpha Tyranitar spawn and many other amazing rewards, a shiny hunting spot, etc. I'm going to head over to Mount Silver in Johto and scope it out and walk through the pearly gates to experience what I will have access to very, very soon. But I don't see myself being able to use a lot of those rewards today. I still just have a lot of stuff to do to prep to actually be able to utilize Mount Silver. For example, I'm going to have to make myself a special attacking Rampardos to actually be able to XP train at the best spot over here. I'll also have to make, a red Refight team to actually be able to defeat red to properly get access to that incubator. There's a lot of things I have to do before I can really get there. But look at this. Look at all these endgame players, dude. Chicken Pasta on his alts. This is amazing. The Team Mister players, the Rad members. This is endgame Pokemon. This is where all the best players hang out. Where they shiny hunt, where they XP train, where they do all sorts of things. If you want to be the best of the best, you have to unlock Mount Silver. This is going to help us prepare for event season so much quicker from this point forward with our new XP training spots and EV training spots. This truly changes everything for the PokeMMO Iron Man account. And you know what, man? I just can't think of a better place, a better spot, a better time to go ahead and end this episode than at Mount Silver, unlocking this after completing my Pokedex after 748 hours on the Iron Man account, being surrounded by all of these endgame players, preparing for raids right now, shiny hunting, doing all sorts of things, and I'm here alongside them, but on an account that cannot trade nor use the GTL. Let's go ahead and take a look back and see what we accomplished in this very long, or at least it felt like very long Iron Man episode. But let's first cover our bases. We're ending an episode with 1.5 million Pokeyen. That's the most Pokeyen I feel like I've ended an episode with in quite a while. And that stack is going to go down tremendously next episode because I have to do a ton of breeding. My boxes are getting ridiculous as always. It's a constant fight keeping the Pokemon number down and keeping the box space somewhat understandable. But look at this. I cleaned up this a little bit, right? This is okay, but now my more breeders box is full. I have a few empty spots, like one single spot here, but it's essentially 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 full boxes full of breeders. That's silly. That's ridiculous. I've got to get to work and breed a bunch of these Pokemon and cut down on those numbers. Next episode might be an entire rehaul on what Pokemon I keep. I might be releasing a lot of Pokemon in the future. But we're also still ending with that 27,000 BP. I'm just hanging on to that. I could go spend that on Assault Gears and on choice items, and I could complete goals, honestly, with that BP, but there's just no rush. I don't know what I'm going to need exactly for raids and for certain things for PvP teams, so I'd rather just hold on to it for now and play it safe. Once a resource is spent on an Iron Man, that's it. It's gone. Poof. Unlike a main account where if you spend BP, you can go kind of sell that item if you want to on the GTL for Pokeyen and get that back to get some sort of currency back, right? So it's a bit tougher. You have to make those more, every decision is a bit more final on an Iron Man account. Anyways, let's go ahead and cover our actual goals. And apologies for the full screen jump scare, but my goals list has actually gotten quite a bit bigger recently. We've expanded it with a few things. For example, I actually really want to go test some lucky egg farming over in Johto, and that's going to consist of frisk thieving any chances while popping lures, while going for that Raikou hunt this month. And I would like to focus on legendary hunts a fair bit more next week as well. We still have a ton of raid Pokemon to make, like that Archeops and the Murkrow. We're waiting for that alpha spawn, and things like an Aerodactyl, a Tyranitar, a Gothitelle. These might work perfectly next episode. I really want to start working on the Pumpkin hard mode team. I don't think I've talked about that much in the videos, but it's something I actually researched off camera a little bit. I really want to make sure I can do the Pumpkin hard mode because it's the only way that I can go for the Pumpkin goodie bags and get those ultra rare vanities and tons of good juicy items. All right, but what did we do in this episode? Farm 14 amulet coins? Nope, don't think I did that. Farm 20 Everstones? Nope, didn't do that. 3 new good IV Pokemon? I did do that. You know what? That does count, but it's a pretty easy goal to be honest with you. XP train for 5 hours? I didn't even do that. I ended up doing like 3 or 4 hours, but not quite 5. Did I explore PPMax crafting? Nope, but I did add it to the list. I guess if I had a goal to make new goals, then I would have done pretty well this week. Did I start berry farming, get 50 heart scales? I didn't do almost any of this stuff, man. I did, however, do a few of these things. First things first, I did make a raid Flygon. I actually added that afterwards. I made a raid Flygon that's going to be amazing for the Heatran fight. I also did make a lot of good raid Pokemon. So you know what? We might need to retroactively add those as goals. Let me go double check in my boxes which one of those are really worth that or not. For example, in this episode, I caught a somewhat usable Conkeldurr in the wild, and then I also caught a somewhat usable Escavalier in the wild. Those are pretty cool Pokemon because obviously they have to be wild caught to be competitive, but are they really good enough to be, you know, a goal? I don't think so personally. However, Water Spout Blastoise, I don't think that's written down as a goal, and that's kind of crazy because that's a pretty big one. Same with this giant Frisk Thief Dusknoir. This is going to be an absolute beast when it comes to fossil farming in the future, which I'm going to have to do next episode to go for a good Rampardos that has special attacking stats so I can actually use the new best SP training spot that I unlocked in this episode. I also made this raid Roserade, but I didn't really EV train it or XP train it, and it's not that amazing. It's still pretty darn good. It's going to do what I need it to do, which is set Sweet Scent most of the time as a fast, lead Pokemon against certain raids, but I'm not going to quite count that one. I don't like making a habit of retroactively adding goals, or at least I didn't want to at the start of this series, to be honest with you, but what this series has taught me is that PokeMMO is more of an unpredictable game than even I realized. I know that might sound silly, but there's just so many things that even I, with 10,000 hours, forget constantly. There's so many different raid Pokemon to build, so many different things to do, and it's kind of hard to write all of them down on a notepad document in a consistent list of goals. So I end up being like, oh yeah, a fucking PvM Excadrill would honestly go phenomenal against certain raids. And I can go ahead and write that down retroactively as a goal, but I might not have set out to do that in an episode. Also, PokeMMO is all about playing the game based on how you're feeling that day and your preferences. And that sometimes leads you to discovering goals you might have forgotten about or not realized. There's also certain elements of progress that I don't really track as goals every episode, so I also kind of let these retroactive goals sort of play into that. So, for example, I catch probably 5+ alphas each episode. I catch a ton of different, look at all this red glow, right? I catch so many alphas every single episode, but that doesn't really get me closer to any goal. It's just progress that I know that I need to make on the account. What I'm trying to get at here, what I try to recommend to you guys is basically make your goals, push you in a direction to make progress on your account. Goals at the end of the day are kind of arbitrary, right? They're just a way for you to keep track of things and a way to motivate you. So do whatever works is basically what I'm saying. We did also consume 60 Pokemon. I bred a ton of Pokemon in this episode and did do at least one. I think we did like 40 to 50 Pokemon towards a rare shiny chance on eggs this episode. All right, and then next up, we get to knock off a tier 3 goal, which that we do not get to do very often. I feel like this happens maybe once every 10 episodes, like something crazy like that. It's very, very infrequent. Easily the goals we've knocked the least off the list, understandably so. This is the Pokedex completion, dude. We did it. We unlocked the Pokedex and everything to do with that in PokeMMO. That's what this episode was all about, and it was the most motivated. It was the most, like, I was so pushed in a good way. I was motivated to finish this episode, so much so, like, it reminds me a lot of the legendary hunt. The legendary hunt was driving me crazy because there's no end in sight for that, but I was still feeling very, very motivated for that. This was a hunt that had a clear end in sight. That's kind of the beauty of the Pokedex hunt, is it's totally within your control, aside from Phenos. As long as you get those done early, you know, you should be good. But aside from Phenos, the Pokedex is fully within your control. You know that if you put in the hard work, you will get a reward at the end of it, and that feels pretty cool, and it really motivates you to push forward in it. All right, but here is our final list of our completed goals. We got 3 new good IV Pokemon, of course, 500 caught OT in our Pokedex, a raid Flygon specifically with the stats for Heatran, Water Spout Blastoise, Frisk Thief Dusknoir, a PvM Excadrill, we consumed 60 Pokemon for breeds, and we completed, most importantly, the freaking Pokedex, dude. That's easily the biggest one on this list. I no longer need to give you guys the progress of, oh, we're ending this episode with, you know, 532 Pokedex entries. Like, nope, every episode from this point forward, permanently for the rest of time, we will have complete Pokedex 604 out of 604. Unless they add Gen 6, so we'll get to that one day whenever that comes, if that comes. But man, you could probably tell, but this episode left me feeling pretty darn exhausted. Thank you guys for watching. I know watching these videos can be quite a task and quite a large adventure in itself, and I hope you guys feel the same sense of accomplishment, the same sense of, you know, journey alongside me while watching these. Like the video if you do and you enjoy them, as always. Dislike if not, that's totally okay. I want your genuine feedback on each and every episode. Subscribe to the channel if you want PokeMMO videos every single day. Follow me on Twitch for streams Monday through Thursday at 12 p.m. ET. Discord's down below if you're interested in that. And if you want to go above and beyond and support my content and allow me to be here, allow me to put so much time into a series like this and upload videos every single Sunday showing my progress on the Iron Man, YouTube memberships, Twitch Primes, Twitch subs, PayPal and Venmo donations, and then Factor subs are the best way to support me. If I have a sponsorship with something like Factor or HelloFresh, 2 companies that I really believe in and I use their product even when I'm not sponsored by them, check them out. You can get a discount on their amazing food. It'll always be linked first thing in the description, and they give me a really healthy kickback, and I try to be honest with you guys about that. It is, you know, a commission-based thing, so they support me very, very well. You guys get some awesome food, hopefully, and it's a banger time for everybody. Should be a win-win. Hopefully, you guys enjoy the meals. I get a lot of, I love hearing amazing feedback. People be like, oh, yeah, I got the Factor meals, and honestly, they were fantastic. I took them to work, and I microwaved them, you know, at the break room, and it was an amazing work lunch for the week, and it was just awesome. You know, Petraus, thank you so much. That's some of the, I love hearing that. So thank you guys so much for anybody who's ever gone above and beyond and supported me like that. Anybody who will do that in the future. Thank you for watching. Have a great day, and I will see you guys next time. Enjoy PokeMMO as much as you can. And you know what? If you need a break, go ahead and take a break. Event season's coming up. We got a lot more to do, fellas. Let's take it day by day. Yo, what's up? Outro Petrowski here, and I wanted to take this time to say thank you to everyone who goes above and beyond and supports my channel. Your names are all listed here. You make it possible for me to make helpful and mildly entertaining content for the game that I love and make it available for free for everyone to enjoy. Thank you so much for allowing me to even be here.